On this week's episode, we're on the hunt for some rare antiquities. Now grab your tickets because we're getting to the theater. Hi there, everybody. Welcome to Getting to the Theater. I'm Adam.
I'm Erica.
I'm Etta.
I'm Corey.
Today's episode, we're talking about Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark. This is so exciting for me. I absolutely love this film.
You do. You really do.
I probably watch this once a year.
Dang, for real?
Yeah.
Well, now I'm about to be in that league.
It's so good.
That's good.
It's wild because I blacked this movie out. I
For-
was like,
yeah.
oh yeah, that happens.
We were watching it, and Erica was like, there's a monkey in this movie? Like, what does Sala do? There's Nazis in this movie?
Yeah, I was like, oh man, and I watch it every year with you, which is wild. And I completely just was like, oh, that happens? We're doing this? Wow, she's getting kidnapped a lot.
Well, Corey, since you picked this movie, tell everyone a very brief description of what this movie's about.
A professor that goes on adventures to pretty much collect extravagant or unfound, as you said, antiquities. Usually, at least from the religious side for this movie.
Yeah, he wants to
Next,
bring
yeah.
everything back to his friend's museum. It's
There
like
we go,
a true colonizer mindset. I'm going to take this thing from this country. I'm going to bring it to my country so everyone can look at it. Let's not leave it in its own country.
Let's not leave it where it was left on purpose. Everybody needs to see this.
Yeah. So this movie came out in 1981. This was the year after Empire Strikes Back and the year before Blade Runner. This movie was directed by Steven Spielberg. This is our second Spielberg movie because we
What was
did
the first one?
Minority Report.
Oh, I didn't like that one.
And this movie stars 41-year-old Harrison Ford.
He was 41?
He was 41. He looked great in this
Did
movie.
not
Yeah,
look
he
like
did.
it.
I thought he was in his 30s.
Mm-hmm.
But that was me thinking of Star Wars.
Oh.
So this is our first introduction to this character. There have been 4 films following this one over the span of 40-plus years.
I know. I didn't
Soon
realize
to be
it would be
50.
back in the 80s. It threw me off.
It also has Karen Allen, who is
yes.
the best female counterpart that Indiana Jones has across all 5 of these films.
Oh yeah, Marion's great.
Marion
could-
Ravenwood is such a good character.
I can believe that.
But this movie, the intro for this movie is like really simple. It's like you see the Paramount Mountain logo, and it immediately just pops into a real mountain. And we see these guys trekking through the desert. One of them is was he 28?
28, Alfred Molina.
Doc Ock. Little
Oh,
baby
I
face
know.
Doc Ock in this movie.
I know.
He looked familiar.
Yeah.
He was only 28.
Yeah.
28.
His character was,
An asshole.
Setipo? I don't remember them saying his name.
Some of the names were wild.
Yeah. Well, they're walking through the desert, and we don't see Indy's face immediately.
It's his
Like,
back.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, we see his butt first. Like, it's just a slow pan up to Harrison Ford's ass, and I'm like, oh, not a bad opening.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with it.
No, it's the
Bounce a
introduction to your
quarter off
character, ass first. That's what we're going with.
Bounce a
Oh,
quarter
this
off.
movie was also produced by, I believe, George Lucas.
Oh.
I tell you what, there's a lot of big names.
Yeah.
Well, it was definitely storied by George Lucas and Philip Kaufman.
What does storied mean?
Bodied.
Maybe they came up with the idea.
Thank you.
They didn't write, like, someone else wrote the screenplay, but maybe it's just the fact they came up with the idea for the character.
Oh, so you can get credited for that?
I guess if you're famous enough. I mean, it is George Lucas.
Oh, okay.
At this
God,
time,
let
he
me-
had 2 Star Wars films.
Let me get that famous so I could just think of characters and then
Right.
get royalties.
Just give me an executive producer credit. That's all.
So speaking of George Lucas, that's where the name. Did you know where the name Indiana Jones came from?
No.
So it's from George Lucas's dog, was an Alaskan Malamute, and his name was Indiana.
Aww.
Right?
I'm so happy you brought that up. And Corey, this is the only one of these you've seen apart from the latest one. So you haven't seen...
Trash.
Not great. But that little tidbit is so important to the third film. I'm not going to tell you how.
I'll tell you what, I feel like a chump over here. Edda's bringing over all these facts, and I'm like, man, this is a good movie.
It's all right.
I'm just joking. But that's awesome. So,
And then Steve McQueen, the other part, he had a movie called Nevada Smith. So it was originally going to be Indiana Smith.
Oh, I'm glad we didn't go with that.
But
No
Spielberg
offense.
didn't like the Smith, but they still wanted to keep it like a common name, so they agreed on Jones.
Oh, I didn't know any of
So
that.
that's where Indiana Jones came from.
That's awesome.
That is
Yeah,
with
much
the
better.
Joneses.
I will say, though, on this watch around, I realized that 3 is my favorite.
Oh yeah,
This
Okay.
used to be my
hands
favorite.
down.
3 is my favorite.
Well, now I gotta
Last
get
Crusade.
to 3 today.
Yeah,
I'm gonna watch 2 and 3 when I get back home.
definitely. So we're introduced to Indy's ass.
Mm-hmm.
Alfred Molina, another guy who I always thought looked like Harvey Keitel a little bit. The guy who played the devil in Little Nicky.
Oh, I know
And he's
what you
known for
mean.
way more famous things than that. That's just
Right.
the first thing I thought of.
Can you name one of these famous things? I have no idea who we're talking about.
Harvey Keitel. I can't think of anything that you might have seen him in.
Oh,
You definitely would recognize his face. But, spoiler for this character, that actor comes back to play another character later on in this movie.
he looks like how I imagine like an old school Prince of Persia they'll look like.
Later on?
Yeah.
Oh, I can see that. So they're tramping through the jungle. Tramping's not the right word.
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy. So they're
Was
walking.
he a National Treasure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was. Yes. Okay, I forgot he was in that.
Yeah.
So they're walking through the jungle. It's the guy I think looks like Harvey Keitel, Alfred Molina, Indiana Jones, and another guy who gets scared off by this this statue that's hidden behind some vines. Bats fly out of it, I think, and he runs off.
He's like, not for my pay grade.
Yeah. As they walk through the jungle, Indy walks up to a tree and there's a dart in the tree.
Oh,
And he drops it, and he keeps on walking. And the other two guys run up real quick, and they're like, oh, Javitos. And he licks it, and he goes, 3 days, they've been following us. But it's funny, the dart is in front of where they're going instead of behind them.
Well, they can shoot it from behind.
3 days though.
3 days ago.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And we still haven't seen Indy's face in this moment.
No.
They get to a waterfall and a little pond, and Indy puts his hand out and asks for a map. He doesn't speak, and he doesn't say a single word in this opening. But he puts his hand out, and Alfred Molina hands him a map. He unfolds this really old-looking paper, and the guy who looked like Harvey Keitel pulls his gun out, and he cocks the gun. Indy hears it, turns, whips the gun out of the guy's hand, and he steps forward into the light, and this is the first time we see his face. Great reveal.
I tell you what, they don't have reveals like that nowadays.
It was
at least in my opinion.
No, it was so good. And this is the first of this movie. Like no one's seen this character before. We don't know who he is. We don't know what he's about. And he's got the fedora, he's got the brown leather jacket, and he just steps into the light and his face is finally illuminated.
You know he's got to be so hot in that brown leather jacket in that rainforest.
They're running through the forest in South America. It's also 1936, by the way.
Everyone's like dripping sweat, and Indy's just like, I'm cool.
He's fine. He's good. He's got a bunch of ice packs in that jacket or
Has
something.
to be.
Oh,
He's not. I'd be dehydrated. I'd be dead.
I would have already been dead on but the first mile into that trek.
Heat stroke. But then they end up at this cave, and Alfred Molina. It's just him and Alfred Molina now, and they're going into the cave, and he makes a torch, and he mentions something about.
Can we circle back? Why did he whip that gun out of that guy's hand?
Because the guy was going to shoot him.
Shoot him. Yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He's gonna get him. He's gonna get him in the
He's
back.
going to steal the map.
Gotcha.
But then when they get to this cave, it's just the two of them. They go in, and Indy mentions a competitor, Forrestal, and like he was looking for the same idol. He went missing, and as they're walking through the cave, there's all these spider webs, and then they pass through the first one, and Alfred Molina is like, Senor. And you get this big reveal. He's got these big tarantulas on his fucking back.
Oh.
Which at that point, I would have left.
And then the one guy turns around and is like completely covered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Molina
Oh.
covered in tarantulas.
I have a fun fact about this too.
Yeah?
Spiders. Yep. So apparently on scene they're all male tarantulas and they weren't moving enough. So the animal coordinator on set was just like, if we release a female spider, they'll move. So they told the actors, they're like, we have one shot at this, and they're like, yeah, no, that's fine. That's all
we
we want to
need.
do with the spiders anyway. So yeah, they released a female, and that's when they all started to move.
Ugh.
That's. Oh.
I'm like, hey, Steven, I quit.
Yeah, right.
I can't do spiders.
No.
But like, how did they not feel these giant ass spiders drop onto them?
That's the great thing. Because Indy's got like 3 on his
Not
his
too
shoulders.
much, yeah.
And
The
then,
other
but
guy's
Alfred Molina,
loaded.
his whole from neck to lower back, and they're crawling across his chest.
Looked like he had a spider jacket.
For real.
It was just fully connected.
Yeah, how do you not notice that? I'd have been freaking out.
Oh Lord,
Because they're
But,
not small spiders either.
No,
Those
these
big.
are
They're
Yeah.
like hand-sized, like spiders.
yeah. These things have some girth,
not a chance. I'm feeling that tug on my shirt and not thinking that's a spider.
or not freaking out.
Oh, first drop I feel.
Yeah,
Yep, let's go. Get out.
time to leave. But Indy is so he never loses his shit. He's just like he does a little hand spin around thing.
Except for one.
One thing freaks Indiana out, but
One
it's not
thing.
these spiders. And he knocks all the spiders off Alfred Molina.
He took a little too long for that. Because he was like looking around before he like goes to wipe it off. And I'm like, guy, get this shit off me.
Oh no, I was
He uses that
100%.
bullwhip, knocks them all off.
My thing is, I just want to kill him. I'm sorry, I'm not a spider person at all.
They enter a little area where there's like just light beaming through, and Indiana tells him like, hey, don't step into the light. And he puts his hand up, and his hand goes into the light, and these big spikes come out of the walls, and there's a corpse on the spikes, and it's Forrestal. He found him.
That creeped me out. Like, when his head turned, like, I thought he was still alive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
100%. It made me feel like I thought he was talking for a second. Like I was like, what the?
can you get me down from here, buddy?
I was like, that's man's
Just
skeleton.
been hanging around, waiting.
Right? It's like it took long enough to get here.
Took you 3 days. I'm barely here.
I ran away from the Javitos and I got killed by a beam of light. These guys have some amazing technology. This temple's been set up for hundreds
Millennia?
of years, and the thing that trips it is breaking the light beam.
That's crazy. Yeah.
I love that.
It reminds me of Goonies a little bit.
Oh, this is very Goonies, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys.
The boy who plays Data in the Goonies,
Is it?
Shortstop, short round.
well, he's short round. I'm trying to think of the actor's actual name. I always Kihei Kwan.
Yeah.
Kihei Kwan is in the second Indiana Jones movie.
He's the partner.
Yeah.
Or the whatever.
Yeah, like partner.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I
He's
was
the Sala
wondering.
in this.
Yeah, he's kind of like the Sala. He's a little sidekick. And they make it through the little light beam, the little spike trap, and they get to a room where they can see the idol on the other side. It's this little golden idol with a little butt on it.
Wait,
Yeah.
before that though, like way before that, I think before they get to the temple, Indy like pulls out a bag and starts loading it with sand.
Oh, you're right.
That's when he was talking about Forrestal.
Yeah, before
Yeah.
he went into the temple. You're right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
That's always like the typical like when you're trying to find an idol. It's always like, oh, it's gonna have a weight trap or whatever. It's like anytime I've seen any movies now, they do exactly what is from Indiana Jones with the
He's like, hold on, Alfred Molina. I've seen Legends of the Hidden Temple. Let me get some of this dirt in this bag. I also forgot to mention the whip swing across the little opening in the floor.
Yeah.
Yep.
Forgot about that. Yeah, so Indy goes across first, no problem, and he throws Molina the whip. And when Molina comes across the like branch or root, whatever they're swinging across, like shifts a little bit.
Yep.
Grabs him.
He grabs him by the waistband and
Yeah.
he pulls him onto the ledge. And
He's like hugging on tight.
yeah, Indy's looking at him like, motherfucker, can you be a little bit more graceful here?
First of all, the grab was just on point, just immediate,
Like
right to the belt loop. And I'm like, first of all, I would have grabbed there.
Well, yeah, because he like when Indy gets across, he throws him the whip. Like Indy's just like, all right, I'm gonna leave,
Yeah.
and he turns around to walk away. But when Alfred Molina swings across, he's like, oh, let me grab you.
I don't know how to swing like you, Indiana.
These guides aren't a guide. Indiana Jones is the guide.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, I know what I'm going with. I just need some companionship.
Right.
He's like, I need some people to carry my
It's
shit.
a pack mule, honestly.
That's
Yeah.
exactly right.
That's it. He did have a big ass pack on his back.
That he immediately just yeets.
Yeah, they get rid of it before they enter the temple.
No, let's not do it. Senor, no.
Senor, we don't have to go in here. That's when they get to the room with the idol on the other side. And the floor has like these little pressure points that Indy finds. And he uses their torch to press one and this dart flies out. Mm-hmm. And he tells Molina, he's like, you stay here. Don't move. And he tiptoes his way across the room to the idol and he pulls out the little bag of dirt. And this is that really iconic shot of him like wiping his chin. There's the gold light from the idol reflecting onto his face. Mm-hmm. Erica said last night, you described it as a like a great shot of cinematography or something. You said it was really cool.
Did I?
Cutting all that out.
So we're talking about what again?
I mean, like it's very classic. Like it's a shot that like you like when people do montages of like cinematic history, that shot is always included in it, where it just pans to Indiana and he's like doing his little face rub like he's a noob and like yeah. And I'm like, all right, man, go ahead, wipe your face off.
I feel like it's the booty cheeks of this little golden Farquaad statue.
That's the real draw.
It is.
The statue's got a little butt on it. A little cake.
Well,
Hey,
So he's like looking at the idol. He's got the bag of dirt, and he's like, make sure this is the right weight. And he takes just a little bit of dirt out of that bag,
I can't.
and he does the swap. He like moves the idol at the same time, puts the bag down. He's like, I did it. And when he turns around, that little bag starts to sink down into the podium it's on, and the temple starts to shake, and he just runs through the little dart field. Darts flying everywhere.
Do you think if he had left that little bit of dirt in there, it would have did something?
I think that he needed to take more dirt out.
Yep. They weighed too much.
That was my
Okay.
guess. That it was too heavy, which is why it sank. Because I imagine either way it could go. The magic of this security system doesn't make any sense. It could have been too light, but either way, he fucked up.
It's
Yes.
not too late. It's never too late.
You shut up. But it's great though because we see in this first instance that our hero is going to make mistakes.
Yes.
Unlike today, now you have a hero they do no wrong. They know everything at every moment.
And then you hear of their wrong, and it was years ago, and somebody brings up the past, and it's like, I can't trust you. It's like, okay.
Whereas Indy's like, all right, I know where this idol is. I'm gonna go get it. Oh, I fucked up. Let's leave.
Mm-hmm.
And they run out, and Alfred Molina gets to the whip first. He swings across, and Indy's like, throw me the whip. He goes, throw me the idol. I throw you the whip. And he's like, no time to argue because this door's coming down, so he's gonna be trapped in there. And Indy throws him the idol, and Molina's just like, did he say,
Sucker senor or something like that?
adios, senor? He basically tells him, hey, you're gonna fucking die.
Yeah.
And he just drops the whip on the floor, and he leaves. So Indy runs across the little gap there, lands on the other side, grabs a root, and as soon as he gets a little tension on it, he gets this look of like,
I got this.
relief on his face, and it immediately breaks loose a little bit, and he's like, oh shit. And he manages to climb up. He gets through the door with his whip, and he's like, oh man, I made it. Whew, let me just make my way out of the rest of this cave. And he turns around, and Molina got hit with the light trap, the little spikes in the walls.
instant karma.
Instant.
Yes.
But also, I love the fact that this puppet looks nothing like Alfred Molina.
Oh,
No.
It really doesn't.
It
Nothing
was
like him
really
at all.
bad.
No,
Nowhere close.
nothing. And then Indy says the same thing to him. Adios, senor. Indy walks back like into the main entrance, like right where they got all the spiders on them, and he hears some more like contraptions and shit going. And he turns, and this is where the boulder comes down and starts running behind him.
Yes.
And Indy's trying to outrun this boulder, but he keeps looking behind him.
For, like, the boulder's gonna change direction? Like, why? Like, you hear it coming, just assume it's still behind you.
Yeah, just fucking run. And he, like, tripped at one point.
Yep.
And
Anytime there's boulder scenes and stuff like that, it drives me up the wall.
Does it?
Yeah. Yeah, because, example A, like how I said, I'm pretty sure I, like, wiped this one little scene out. But any other time for anything, either they won't cut to the side, or if they're not allowed to cut to the side, they don't just keep booking it and get out of the way. Every time there's some kind of a scene like this in any movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
you mean like the Prometheus school of running away from things.
Yeah.
Like when there's something falling on you instead of taking a right and getting out of its path.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll say in Indy's defense.
Well, this one
Yeah,
you
he
can't.
can only go straight.
But they
Yes.
never keep running. They always want to keep looking back. And I'm like,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
like, you slow yourself down.
Yes.
Every time.
In Indy's case, he knows that if he doesn't outrun this boulder, he's going to be trapped in there.
Mm-hmm.
Because it blocks the entrance to the cave.
Exactly.
And when he flies out the front of the cave, he's completely covered in spider webs.
Yeah, disgusting. Like, I feel like I would be traumatized just off that alone.
I'd be traumatized from the fucking spiders. And the heat with the leather jacket. I wouldn't even made it to the cave.
I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be squished. I'm going to be squished. I ain't even making it through. You think these legs can keep up with a roll boulder? No.
We'll just get you some Zip Fizz, and you'll be, as much caffeine as you need to fuel an army.
This shit's almost killed me, man.
But when he it did. When he lands, he gets his bearings, and he's like, okay, I made it out. And he's suddenly surrounded by the tribespeople who are protecting the idol, the Javitos. Mm-hmm. And the guard that tried to shoot him in the back is standing there with them. And this is a great reveal. The guy just falls forward, and he's got about a dozen or so darts in his back.
Were they like beforehand? They're like, I hear him coming. Let's prop him up.
That's what it looked like. They're like, no. Wait, guys, this is going to be a great gag. He's going to think that guy's still alive.
He's gonna think that he's safe.
Yeah. Thump, thump. But remember, that actor comes back later as a different character.
Which is wow.
We have two instances of this. We have two instances in this film of actors coming back and playing two characters.
Maybe that's why I was confused. Like,
Yeah?
when I wasn't paying attention. Yeah.
Okay. I can't wait to tell you the other ones.
I can only imagine the same feeling. I understand because
Like, the first time I watched it, I was like, this movie is so long.
Like, it popped
And
up.
it's under 2 hours.
I know.
But it felt like it was over 2 hours. I was like, the
Like,
third
things
one's
just
so
kept
much
happening.
better.
it's like what, an hour and 57 minutes or something like that.
Oh, roughly.
Yeah.
It's an hour 50 something.
Yeah.
It's not bad. But
No, I this movie doesn't drag for me personally, but
It was
I do love it.
dragging.
I love this movie a lot. But this is where we meet one of my favorite characters in this movie, played by Paul Freeman, Renee Belloc. Sorry.
Really? He is one of your favorite characters?
I as one of the villains, yes.
Okay.
Belloc is great because he's not inherently evil.
He's a Nazi sympathizer.
Let me finish what I'm saying.
Okay.
He's not a Nazi sympathizer.
If you're working with the Nazis, you're sympathizing with them.
No. He's using the Nazis to get shit done. He is an evil archaeologist using forces of evil to do his bidding.
So he's evil.
He is evil,
Yeah.
but I like this character.
No, I know what you mean.
And I like the actor who plays him. And
I do
people,
like the actor.
people our age, we're all in our 30s. He was in a very popular movie from our childhood where he looked very different because he was completely covered in purple prosthetics. He was in the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie as Ivan Ooze.
Yeah.
Wow.
Etta's going to look it up now.
100%.
He was also, I believe, the priest in Hot Fuzz. Which I
Yes.
like that movie too.
Yeah.
Is
Oh,
Hot
Hot
Fuzz-
Fuzz is hilarious.
When they're cops?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
when they're cops. Yeah, in that little English village.
Okay.
Yep. Paul Freeman, Ivan Ooze.
That's the third one in the
That's
Cornettos.
great.
It's the first one?
Sorry, second one. I like the
Okay.
second one.
Yeah, because you had Shaun
Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and then
Paul?
the World's End.
Oh, yeah.
Which I did not care for at all.
Yeah, it was okay. It wasn't anything special.
No. But yeah, so that's who plays Renee.
Big fan.
Yeah.
That's
so,
my favorite role of his.
Ivan Ooze?
Yes,
Of course. Erica probably watches that movie once a year.
I do. Maybe
Um,
multiple times a year.
So Renee is basically like, well, Indiana Jones, as you can see, there's nothing you can possess that I cannot take away. Again. And he's so smarmy. Indy's like, well, too bad the Javitos don't know you like I do, Belloc. And he goes, yeah, that is too bad. But too bad for you, you don't speak Javitos.
What language do the Javitos speak?
Javitos.
Javitos.
I don't believe these are real people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm assuming
they're not real.
Forgive my ignorance, listener, if
I
you're
don't think-
Javitos. I assume the fact this is 80s and they're not white, they're imaginary tribal people. But it's
Where did Balak learn to speak Javitos?
I don't know.
in the
That's
Nazi
a great
stuff.
question.
In the Britannica of 1936?
I don't know. He does it well though,
Yeah.
and like because their language is like a lot of just like not actual words. Because at one point when he tells them to kill Indy, he just like, yeah, do that again, Etta. Yeah, and he like does his hand motion. But Indy basically
They just do ASL is what they do.
Right?
Gotta be.
he had Duolingo.
That's how it started.
He was doing his Duolingo lessons every day for Javitos. And Indy hands him the idol very reluctantly. Indy's pissed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And Belloc stands up and he like shows them the idol and they all bow to it. And in this moment, Indy takes his chance to run. Mm-hmm. He's just fucking booking it.
Oh yeah.
And this is where Belloc does the little and they start chasing after him with their bows and arrows.
All of their butts
Throwing
showing.
spears and shit too. Yeah, all these
Yeah.
guys' asses are out.
Oh yeah.
Um,
I was thinking straight like cannibalism, like that kind of tribe, and I was like, oh, he's gonna get eaten.
Well, as much as this man likes to change costumes in this movie, he could have changed into one of their costumes. We could see Harrison Ford's ass even clearer as he's running to Jacques in the plane.
He said he ain't about that life.
Aerodynamics.
But
Yeah.
they have the aim of stormtroopers.
Oh, they
Like-
can't hit
100%.
anything.
Yeah.
They don't get anywhere near him. But it's we see a guy on
His plane,
a pontoon plane,
just a water plane.
water plane, and the guy's fishing.
And you
And-
know he gotta be mad because just as Indy's coming, he got that fish on
Yes.
that hook.
He thought about it though for
Yeah.
a second. He's
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna keep pulling.
Because he looks down at the fish. He's like, "But I got
And then he looks back
oh
up.
shit,
Then he sees everybody behind him. He's like,
Jacques, Jacques, start the plane!" And he's covered in dust. All this dust is flying off him.
Mm-hmm.
And Indy jumps into the water, swims to the plane. All these spears and arrows are still flying at him. They get in the plane. They take off. Indy looks down, and there's a giant snake in the seat of the plane.
I don't do snakes.
He's like, Jacques, there's a snake in the plane.
It would have been me or the snake out of that plane. Like,
That
Oh,
snake.
that's just my pet Reggie.
Oh, when
I
he
hate
said-
snakes, Jacques.
I fucking hate him.
But like, why is not Jock? Why is Reggie in the plane with him? Like,
True questions
I mean-
have never been asked.
Don't want to leave him home alone.
I would. I'd leave him in the rainforest. I'd let him live.
Yeah.
Well, Jacques is a snake guy. He loves Reggie.
I love
Although
him.
Reggie would probably eat Jacques if he had the chance.
Oh,
Yeah,
he sure
for
would.
real.
Because
Let
he's
him
a
climb.
snake.
That's why he was catching that fish for him.
oh, he was like, I gotta
Oh, it was
feed
Reggie's
Jock.
lunch. Oh, okay.
Now Reggie's going to be hungry, Indiana, so looks like you're his
Good
snake.
luck.
You got any more spiders on you?
Oh, for real.
You know
Yeah,
that
we should.
whole ride back though. Jacques was like, I had that big fish, and you came running. Like he had to be. There's no way.
That's going to be a record fish, Indiana.
Lost my fishing pole too.
Old Indy.
Yep. And the
Jacques is also like he is the most modern looking person in this movie.
yeah, because he's just got like a baseball cap.
He got a baseball cap, a
button down
blue-
shirt. I think he's wearing shorts.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, you just look like you stepped right off the back of the crew.
Yeah,
They're like, we need a guy.
that's a good comparison. Yeah, that's absolutely 100% accurate.
We need our next we need to fill it. Oh, what's up? Yeah,
Fill
just
it.
come on in.
Can you do an Australian accent? Oh, I can try.
With his little Yankees ball cap. I'm like,
It was a New York Yankees cap.
I was like, all right.
I don't believe this is the first time we see their map travel, but it does cut to the college.
Yeah.
When we meet Marcus,
Yeah, you don't see the map. Wait, did you see the map travel?
I don't think we see
Not
map
on
travel
this
until
one.
later.
Until after the college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Marcus,
Oh, this is when I saw him teaching, I was like, oh, okay. Harrison Ford can get it. I
now
was
he
like,
looks
that
he
came
looks
up-
so booky and nerdish,
Doesn't he?
as
Like,
a professor. I love it. The contrast between when he's Explorer Indiana Jones and he's Professor Indiana Jones.
dude, I 100% was like, I wish one of my professors looked like that. That was cool. Like, I feel like I'm actually learning something. Because he's like, it's so funny to see him, like you said, go from his typical adventurer to a 3-piece suit almost, like with the
Wearing
vest
glasses,
and
looking
it.
dapper as fuck.
I can see why the ladies were lusting after him.
That
in
one girl
class.
falling
That
asleep
lecture
in
room
class.
was almost. I went the second time I watched it. I was like, I need to make sure that there's also guys in here too.
There's that one guy.
There's a few guys sprinkled in, but it's mostly females.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Wouldn't shock me at all.
I like that he stumbles to spell Neolithic.
Yeah.
That is very, like, believable for me.
Yeah, and the students are laughing. He's like, Neo. Okay, and then but he dismisses the class, and when Marcus comes in, this one student leaves an apple on his desk.
Wait,
and,
before we get there, there's that one girl that has "Love You" written on her eyelids as she's blinking.
Oh, I thought you mentioned that already. I'm sorry.
No.
Wait, is that why it focused on her?
Yeah.
I thought she was just falling asleep.
No! She wrote
I
love
thought-
you on her eyelids.
See, I thought she was falling asleep, and they were trying to portray him as that professor that always has girls lusting over him, and I was like, okay,
I mean, pretty
get
much.
it.
Yeah.
And then she's just like this.
I need that eyeliner though.
Right?
It was not smudged at all. I
I'll
was
tell you right
like,
now, I need
man.
those looks. I want somebody to be right. I love you.
Hey,
on their
all we got to do
eyelids.
is get you a 3-piece suit, and you're good to go.
I got it in the closet. I just
There,
gotta
you
wear that bad
put
boy.
that sucker on.
Should have done it at a
Some
wedding.
little glasses.
Yeah.
Right?
I do have some glasses because these contacts they be hurting
Make
sometimes.
sure you can't spell. I mean,
There you go. Hey,
That's
I'm already there. I
that's
can't spell
all-
worth a shit.
I was gonna say that's already a given. I ask people all day at work. I'm like, is it IE or EI? What are we doing here?
Oh, people come to me at work and be like, "Hey, how do I spell this?" I'm like, "Don't ask me."
wrong person.
I was like, "If you want the word spelled wrong, I can tell you how to spell it wrong."
I'm like, do you got internet? Why? Because that's what I use to spell check.
Absolutely.
Right while I'm in the middle of it.
But I love his glasses. They have those big old school ear hooks on the back.
Yes, like
Where
that
he
old
has-
gold rim.
Yeah, where he literally has to take them and fit them around the backside of his ears. Not like modern glasses where they just slide right on. I
need
love
those.
that.
I need those glasses because the amount of times mine fall off, that's why I can't stand them. They're just like zoom, and I'm like,
I'm blind. I'm like Velma.
Boy? Let me tell ya.
Corey's down on the floor in his orange sweater going, I can't see without my glasses.
my glasses.
I used to thought she was being melodramatic.
No,
and then
she
I got
100% was trying to get it.
yes.
She 100%. She's like this. Yo, what up, Shag? Yo,
Hell
what up, Fred?
yeah. So the girl has the I love you, and it does the zoom in on Indy, and he's like, the fuck does that say?
For real.
And then she's looking at him, and she's like, oh, you couldn't read it? I'll blink again. And she blinks one more time, and he's just like, what the fuck? Ma'am.
He's like,
Class dismissed.
Yeah.
He didn't even know how to speak. He's like, so
Get outta
that
here.
was,
And Marcus walks in at this point. Marcus Brody, by the way, played by Denholm Elliott. And I can't think of anything I have seen this man in apart from the 2 Indiana Jones movies that he's in.
Yeah, this is the only time I've seen him.
He's
not in the. Oh, he's not in the second one.
No.
Okay.
First and third.
Marcus is only in 1 and 3.
He's
a statue in 4 because the actor, I believe, Denholm Elliott died around 91, 92.
October 92.
Yeah. So sadly, he's been dead for 30 years. 32 years.
32. Yeah, I was 93, baby.
Yeah. 70 years old, roughly.
70?
He lived a good life then.
Oh, man,
At
he wouldn't have
92?
got Social Security.
He was born in
No.
1922.
Oh, so he was like, I remember this. I know how to walk it through this time period.
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that. He was alive at the
Yeah.
time this movie takes place.
Oh, that man.
He would have been like 14.
Yeah.
I can't
Wow.
imagine. I can't imagine.
No. So we meet Marcus, and Marcus is a great character. I like Marcus a lot. Sadly, he's not in this one a lot. He is in the third one significantly more.
I would argue
Okay.
he's in the third one a little too much.
Oh, fair. I can't wait now.
So I love it when that kid puts the apple on the desk. It almost
I
rolls
don't even
off.
remember
Yeah.
seeing it.
Well, Marcus grabs it, and Marcus kind of looks at it, and he's like, huh, that's a nice apple. And he puts it in his pocket.
That's weird.
Fucking just steals it.
Yeah, it is.
I've never put an apple in my pocket.
No.
I
Well,
don't know if
I
it could
have.
fit.
What pockets?
It was his hoodie pocket.
Oh, well, of course.
Yeah.
Anna's like, what pockets do you have?
I need to know.
I was about to ask because I was like, half my pockets now, kid.
Corey, don't tell the girls about pockets.
Bruh.
Don't let them know.
Don't tell them.
Yeah, the patriarchy doesn't want us to have working pockets.
It's
You
fine.
guys get false pockets.
Then they get mad when we wear men's clothing.
Right?
How dare you?
How dare you feel comfortable?
Right.
How dare you have utility in your comfy clothes?
I don't want pockets.
That's literally all girls want.
It blows my mind that it hasn't happened yet.
Like, the best part is, like, literally any girl that has a dress with pockets, the first thing they tell you about that dress is, it has pockets.
With
My
somebody
favorite,
compliments it.
thing is finding like whoever I've been with in the past when they find dresses with pockets. I love it because they're so excited, and I'm like, ooh, let me see what those pockets are like.
Shit, I love it too because that means I have less clothes that's going to disappear from this one.
Nah.
Quiet you. So Marcus takes this
Yes.
apple and he's like, he's a little old British guy.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, how did it go? He goes, Marcus, I had it. It was in my hand. I had the thing, and Belloc stole it. And he's like, well, you know,
Shit
you
happens.
win some, you lose some. It would have gone to the museum anyway. And I think he also tells him, like, well, I didn't get the idol, but I did find these little trinkets. And he goes, you think they'll be good for the museum? And he goes, oh, of course, Indiana. We'll put them in the museum, and you'll get paid, of course. And then he's like, I'm not really worried about that. And he goes, well, there are some men here to see you from the government. And he's like, who? What do they want to talk to me about? And in comes William Hootkins.
Your favorite character actor.
I fucking love William Hootkins. He plays Porkins in Star Wars. He also played Eckhart in Batman '89. He's the little fat guy.
Wait, William what?
William Hootkins.
Hoopkins.
Like an owl. Hootkins.
Oh, there we go.
Which is wild, because
Oh!
he looks like a guy that would be nicknamed Porkins.
It's just, that's what pops up
Let me see.
first.
What picture?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And this was just 4 years after that.
It's like the first picture, too. Why
Of
are they doing
course.
it dirty
Oh.
like that?
Because he's, yeah. This guy, he's so much younger. The photo did not. Because he's like, yeah, you know, it's one of these guys that's all about these artifacts and he believes in this stuff. And then
Well, his character in this is named Major Eaton.
they
Yeah.
just give this
Yeah.
man some names.
He's just dirty in this man.
Hate him
Porkins,
so much.
Eaton.
Porkins, Eatons,
And the other guy...
diabetes.
Lord?
That would have been the next one.
He's got the mustache.
For real.
Major Sugar.
He needs to be in the new Gladiator movie.
He's sadly dead.
Oh. Well, yeah, can't do that.
I don't know the other man.
He's not important.
Wow.
But it just cracked me up to see, like, you've got Indiana Jones who loves to go on these adventures, get these artifacts that are real, and then, like, this is where they're telling you, you know, this is what the movie's about. We're looking for the
Ark.
Hold up.
Ark of
Yes.
the Covenant.
Thank you.
Well, they more are talking about there was a Nazi communique from Berlin that mentions Indy's old mentor, Abner Ravenwood, and that they're looking for
These names, honestly.
They're great.
I know. Should have been
Raven.
Ravenclaw.
10 points.
Oh, Huffle Snuff.
Oh Lord. But they're like, look, this communique came from Berlin. Hitler's looking for the staff of Ra.
Mm-hmm. Because it leads you to the Ten Commandments, pretty much.
Well, they're not quite sure about that yet, but he mentions that they have found something about Tanis. And Indy and Marcus in that moment are like, Tanis. Oh my god, they found Tanis. And the two guys who were sent there to get them in on this are like, yeah. No, they definitely found it. Can you tell us what that is?
Yeah, because they're like, we don't know. He's like, well, I really didn't. That was Ravenwood. He was like the guy. And then he's like giving his own explanations, right?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
it's like the Tanis was supposedly the burial site of the Ark of the Covenant, which the Hebrews used to carry the Ten Commandments down from the mountain. And he like tells him like the staff is supposed to be like this roughly 6 foot long staff. It's this elaborate headpiece with a jewel in the center.
That when the sun hits it at the right moment, the right time, it'll show you the location of
The Ark, right?
And Tanis was covered by a 100-year dust storm.
Yes, that like wiped it off the face of the earth.
Which I was like, is that even? Of course, it's not possible. But I had to look into dust storms because I was just curious.
They're wow.
An intense dust storm is called a haboob.
Who's naming these?
Great.
I think it's
Haboob.
Is that also
Sudan, Saudi Arabia term. Yeah.
Do we also use it in America when we have dust?
I don't think so. It's a different dust storm.
We
because,
just called ours a dust bowl.
The haboob is it's weather based, so it's where the wind comes off somewhere. But they can only last like several days, not 100 years.
Oh.
So what they're saying, there's something.
God didn't want this box to be found.
I mean, shocker.
Well, it's great because at this moment, Indy has he draws the little staff on the chalkboard. He pulls out. He's carrying this giant tome around with him that has latches.
Oh, that made me so mad
Men's
too.
pockets.
Always.
He opens it up and he's like, "Ah, yes, this first page," and I was like, "No."
Well, he keeps
Yeah,
that
shit
thing on
bookmarked.
him.
He does too.
So I've been waiting for this one trip of my life, and I've had it bookmarked, and you just brought it to me.
I was so mad.
He was like, "Thank you for giving me this opportunity." Honestly.
Well, he opens this book and he's like, well, here's a drawing of the Ark of the Covenant.
Oh yeah, because it had them on the top of the mountain coming down,
All these
it.
beams of light, and there's like people writhing on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie, my dumb ass. We were talking about the Ark for like a really long time. My brain was like, obviously, there's one Ark.
You were thinking Noah's Ark?
Yeah, I was like, it's obviously got to be Noah's Ark. And so, like, when they talk about this box, I'm like, it's a little small, but
the whole time, because he was like, it's what holds the Ten Commandments. I was like, what Ark are we talking about?
right?
I guess an ark's just a vessel for carrying something.
I was like, I guess.
Yeah.
No, Marcus, they're not going to fit 100 animals in this little box.
I was so confused. I was like,
miniature ones.
He's over here thinking it's got magic powers. Like, it's going to suck it all
Well,
in.
it did have magical
like
powers.
Mary Poppins' bag. I was like, all right, we're all just getting in one at a time and sailing away.
This fucking box is a TARDIS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
lasers.
I love the fact.
Literally.
I love the fact that there is no magic in this movie until the very end.
Legit, yeah.
I love that so
Yeah.
much. Like, even in this moment, Indy's like, yeah, it's just a box that holds the stones.
Right.
Well, because he's like,
Tablets,
if you believe in that kind of
yes,
stuff, is
if,
what he says.
if that's your bag,
Mm-hmm.
that's what was in this box. It was lost to time, but nothing special about it. It's just holding some tablets.
He just wants the historical.
Yeah, he's not in it for magic. He's in it literally just for
Objects, there we go.
the artifacts in the box.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not religious, but I know these existed.
I tell you right now, there ain't no chance I would not be after I endured what all this man has endured in these movies.
Right? Right?
I tell you what.
My hair would be gray after this first adventure.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm talking about just the boulder.
not even the spiders.
No.
The boulder.
I'm not making it past the temple. So they're like, look, Hitler has a really big affinity for the occult. Mm-hmm. So he's looking for this.
Which he really did.
He did.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
They were setting out to prove that they were the master race, so they literally did look up or try to find these artifacts.
And all they
well,
did was
not
prove
these artifacts, but
all they did was prove how fucking stupid they are. To this day, Nazis are still proving how stupid they fucking are. And they're like, look, the thing was, oh God, I lost my train of thought. Hitler. It all goes back to Hitler.
always.
Always. Tiny mustaches.
Hey.
Great boots.
That's, oh my gosh. I was watching
What
the
have
little
you done?
Nazis like walking through, and I was like, man, the Nazis really killed fashion for men, because I would love to see y'all in some high knee boots walking through life. I'm like, go ahead, man.
Not a chance. I
Can't
sweat,
do it.
I sweat
Can't
enough
do it.
as
They ruined it
is.
for us.
I
And
sweat
the button
enough.
down.
Looking sharp. I was like,
Right.
oh, fuck.
Fucking
Damn
ruined
Nazis.
fashion.
I was about to say, all right, Erica, they over here. I just love their fashion and how we should all dress like them.
Well, we can't anymore.
Yeah.
No, not a chance.
Before 1936, it was cool. Assholes ruin it for everybody.
Ruining a good thing.
So Hitler has an affinity for the occult. They're trying to find this thing. They're trying to find Abner Ravenwood. Mm-hmm. They want to get it before the Nazis do. And Indy's like, well, I haven't really talk to Abner. We had a falling out about 10 years ago. And
Well, do we ever find out what that falling out was? You know what? Never mind. Never mind. I know what it is.
got a,
Yeah, you do.
got a
Yeah, you
good
do.
fucking idea.
You know what? Yeah.
Pretty sure we are. Pretty sure.
And they're like, they basically want him to go find the Ark. And I believe we cut to Indy at his house.
Yes.
But also that lecture hall, I have to say, was gorgeous.
Yes.
Like, I don't even
Yes.
think it was a real lecture hall. Like, I feel like that was a church because those stained glass windows. I was just like, they could maybe a college, but I don't know.
I mean, like, so
He wasn't in the United States, was he?
Yes, he
no,
was.
he was.
Oh, he
yeah.
was.
He teaches in upstate New York.
So maybe.
For most of these movies, I believe one of the movies he's teaching over in California.
I was say, could he been in the Ivy League?
Yeah, because the first map scene, it's from like San Francisco. Because I looked up the flight time. Because I don't know. I was curious.
Yeah. So I know one of these. I know in 5 it's New York. In 3 it's New York.
Mm-hmm.
In 4 I want to say it's New York. I've only seen that one once. And 3 they're never in America. I'm sorry, 2 they're never in America. Temple
No.
of Doom. And this one I want to say it's California.
It's California.
I think he leaves from California. Etta just said.
Okay.
Yeah.
San Fran.
But anyway, I
Yeah.
was like, I feel like this is not a college
Typical.
building. Like, I feel like this is a church.
I mean, like, there are buildings in my college that had that were really old, that were like monuments to things.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, maybe then.
Like one of our buildings had like a whole steeple built on top of it
Oh.
with like a bell, and it was really cool because they would like every hour it would change to a different song. So like Christmas time it would play like Christmas songs during like the school year. It would play like random shit.
School's out
That's cool.
for the summer. But to piggyback off what Etta just said about how beautiful this lecture hall looked, not the hall I was looking at, just how nice that fucking chalkboard was.
That is also true.
That chalkboard was decadent.
Exquisite.
Maybe they had to like clean it. They were like actively cleaning that shit.
I mean, it looked nice.
Yeah.
But it's Indy's house.
I thought-
Marcus rolls up.
I thought Indy's house looked a little modern on the inside. Modern for the 80s. I was like, this is a very 80s looking house for 1936.
And see, for me, I didn't get that vibe. For me, it seemed very 30s. Just like the decor and everything inside of his house. Really nice, though. Nice
Yeah.
house. Lovely house.
Which is
It better
wild
be.
for the Depression.
Yeah.
But
I
he
guess
was
that's
a
true.
college professor.
Yeah.
Maybe. But also, it's just a movie. This
That's
movie has
fair.
magic. I don't think we really need to factor the depression into it.
Magic's real.
That's what Indiana Jones told me.
Well, look at what happened in this movie.
Yeah. Well, Marcus rolls up and Indy's like, "Did you get it? Did you get like permission from the college for me to go on my another killing spree? I mean, adventure. I just want to go on an adventure, Marcus." And Marcus is like, "Yeah, we got it. Here's your what was it? $2,000?
Yeah, 2 or 3. 2,000.
I don't remember.
I remember he originally
Because he tried
talked
to
about
give it to Marion,
2,000.
right?
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
$2,000.
It was-
Okay.
No, it was $3,000
It was
because she got
3.
2 from the people.
Yeah."
Yeah.
So the college approved his little trip, and
$3,000.
yeah. So he's packing up. He's getting his suitcase ready, and the first things he grabs his whip, his leather jacket, and his gun.
I'd tell you right now, that's all you need.
That's wild. He's taking this gun on an airplane, though.
Before 9/11,
30s.
before 9/11, airports crazy.
Insane.
All you need is a plane ticket and not have color in your skin, and you can do whatever you want. I noticed how no one told me I was wrong.
I mean,
you're not.
yeah.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, it's true. People suck back in the day.
Back in the day.
Well, yeah, they still suck now.
I know, there's still people now.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, he's white. Let him on the plane with the gun. It's fine. It's fine.
Do you see the whip?
Do you see that
Come
suit? Oh, wait, a white guy with a whip. Uh-oh.
He's not. Oh, yeah. Never mind.
And
How else he get adventure or not?
yeah, no.
Oh.
When he gets on the plane, though, we can see that there's somebody watching him, and very subtly, there doesn't have to be any dialogue said, and this is the first time we meet him. Tote. He's the guy with the all black outfits every scene he's in, and he's behind this Times magazine, and he just pulls the magazine down. he's kind of glancing over, and then he picks it right back up in front of his face, and there's a nice music cue.
Those are my favorite kind of like peeking
Yeah.
scenes. I love just the slow.
We had something like that in our Back to the Future episode. Marty McFly had that.
Yeah.
Over Biff's shoulder.
Those make me laugh so much.
Those are great. No, they're great little shots.
I'm also suspicious looking when I'm looking at life.
I know, right? I would be too.
I can
Why the
never.
fuck am I reading this?
I can never.
So, but it's just good because it's like clearly this is a bad guy.
Yeah.
This guy is watching our hero, and then he just gets on the plane, puts his hat down over his eyes, takes a nice little nap. Mm-hmm. And this is our first time we get map travel. Yeah, he's peeking at him just like that, like a little creep. And it shows him flying. He leaves from California, and he flies over to
Nepal.
Nepal. I almost said Peru. Yep. He flies over to Nepal, and this is where we meet the great, the amazing Karen Allen as Marion Ravenwood. Mm-hmm. And she's in this little drinking competition. All these people are around the table, and she's drinking at this fat guy.
That was a woman, I thought.
I also thought it was a woman at first, but that is a gentleman.
That's a very feminine looking.
Can I tell you? Can I tell you two things about this gentleman? His real name was Patrick Durkin.
Oh Lord,
Durkin.
Right? Durkin.
Okay.
Why does that sound familiar?
I do
Fight
not
Club?
know.
oh.
Patrick Durden, I believe, was
It's
Fight Club.
close though.
I think that's
yeah.
it. His IMDb credit.
Oh gosh.
I don't know how anyone got this because he doesn't say a single word.
Porn star.
I wish. Australian climber.
What?
He's an Australian climber.
Australian climber is his IMDb credit.
Like a rock climber,
Well, he might be climbing Australians.
I mean,
you got to do what
I
you got to
would
do.
too. Have you seen Hugh Jackman? Like,
Hey, what up?
hey,
I just watched Deadpool 3 2 nights ago.
glorious.
So she's drinking against this guy, and they both seem pretty smashed. And
Did anybody try to count the shot glasses?
I did
No.
not.
No.
I tried. I got like 22 to 24 shots.
Each?
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's lightweight.
Tell me
They're
more about your
they're
Oculus
drinking Nepalese rum. They're fucked up.
That's like spring water.
So they're having this little drinking competition, and
God,
it's,
that's wild.
it's shot for
Yeah.
shot. So our Australian climber, Mr. Patrick Durkin, takes a shot, puts the glass down. Marion grabs her shot, throws it back, and she's sitting there for a minute with her hand against her forehead, like, oh fuck, oh this
Milking
is rough,
it.
milking it, yeah.
Milking
It's
it.
the worst.
And they're
thing.
like, whoa, she's out, and she goes, and she said, she says something in a language I don't know.
Even the subtitles couldn't catch it. They were like, speaking foreign language.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
my
subtitles
God.
were so bad.
That's when you know it's a made up language.
Yes.
But it's so goofy. And I wish I could remember what she says. But basically, she's like, chill. I'm not out. And she puts her shot glass down. And now our climber grabs his next shot, and he drinks it, and everyone's cheering,
With
and he's
a
just sitting
smile on his face.
the biggest grin, and he just falls right the fuck over. It's great without moving. Like, I mean, not without moving, but without changing his expression or anything.
Right.
Like, he just turned off. And he just falls over, and everyone's like, oh, Marion won. And she's getting all the money. And suddenly she is sober as a bird.
I feel like it's not talked about enough about Marion's alcoholism.
No.
She does own a bar, though.
Yeah, but the amount of alcohol she's throwing back in this movie and staying sober with it.
Marion's a hustler.
You know why? Because she got that dog in her.
She's a professional.
100%. She alcoholism? Psh, no.
My liver doesn't know the definition of the word.
Alcohol's addicted to her.
She hasn't had water in
go.
years.
We all are.
Hey.
Marion is such a good fucking character. I cannot emphasize that enough. But everyone leaves the bar, and suddenly there's a shot of her with her back to a door where there's light beaming in, and you can see her little shadow on the wall.
I like that shot. That
This
was
is
a
great.
Good shot.
And in walks a big ass shadow wearing a fedora,
I don't know who that is.
Yep.
and
Wow.
I think he just says, "Marion." She turns around. That's my great Harrison Ford impression.
No, it's just,
And
it's
she's
just the
like-
fact that it is like.
She's like, Indiana Jones wondering, or she said, I wonder when you'd wander back into my life. And he's straight to the fucking point. He goes, look, I'm looking for a headpiece your father owned. It's about yay big, has a diamond in the middle, writing on the outside.
And she is not about it.
She's like, yeah, I might know where it is. The fuck you care?
Because there's a little bit of tension.
A little bit.
A little bit of tension in the air.
And I think he asks where her father is. And she tells him he's dead. He's been dead for years. And I don't remember the exact dialogue, but basically she like tells him that he hurt her
As a child.
Wait.
That's what threw me off.
Wait.
That's
The exact line for that was.
But before that,
It was a long time. What?
she goes in, punches the shit out of him.
Oh my god! She gives him a solid right hook.
Decks him.
Yes.
You know what? Rightfully deserved.
Honestly.
But she hits him, and he says, "Oh god." It's something like
He's like, calm down, Marion. It was a while ago.
it was a long time ago. She goes, it was
guy
wrong. I was a
that
child.
age.
I was a child. It was wrong, and you knew it. And but all right, we're going off the math we did yesterday of the actors' ages.
Like actors' ages or who they're portraying
The
ages?
actors' ages
Okay.
are going to be the characters' ages.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Harrison Ford was 41 in this movie. Marion was 30. So 10 years before, she would have been 20. He would have been 31. So that
It's
makes
still
me
gross.
think it's less gross.
But still
But
gross.
it makes me think that
Oh, you
saying
know.
I was a child is a figure of speech.
Right. That's what I was trying to figure
I-
out was what her age.
Right. I don't like to think of Indiana Jones as being a fucking pedo.
And yeah, exactly.
But in the novelization of this book, she's 15
Ooh.
at that time.
Oh no!
But also in the novelization, there are things that are different from the movie, so you can't
you can't
go
compare.
by.
Yeah.
You can't compare it. So
I-
I'm going by the movie logic of the actors' ages or the characters' ages, because we never specify how old they are.
You telling me 15 years old?
I also took it that way as I was a child, like a young adult. Like I
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
considered myself a child in my 20s. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't know what the
100%.
fuck
Oh, yeah.
was going on.
I look
wasn't-
at like
so-
23-year-olds. I'm like, you are a baby.
You baby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll someone will be like, yeah, I'm 22. Oh, you're just a baby.
I wasn't paying real bills.
No.
I wasn't dealing with real life struggles. I was living wild and free. And making all the debt, all the decisions I gotta pay for now.
So that's what's going on with them, and
So I'm assuming she said her dad's been dead for years,
a couple of years now.
couple years. So not at that period. That's right.
And this is what we assume that their falling out was.
Oh, it had to
him
be.
and Abner.
It had to be the fact that she fell in love with
He
Indiana
stooped
Jones.
his daughter.
And then he was like, listen, you knew what you were doing. Nah.
Which
After hearing that from a man, I know exactly what happened.
That is very dirty of Indiana.
Right. Hey,
Like-
this guy's my mentor. I have a lot of respect for him. His daughter's kind of hot.
And he's like,
They worked together a lot.
it'd be something if he was like also in his 20s. This is a 31-year-old man. You know, it's like you knew what you were doing when you were stooping that girl.
So
like,
in a way, it was wrong,
Oh yeah.
but not as wrong as it really makes it seem.
Yeah.
I
Right.
hope. That's
Right.
how I'm going with this.
Right.
He is kind of a womanizer.
Oh,
Because he's got a different woman in the first 3 films.
look at him. He's an adventurer. Of
Yeah.
course. He doesn't want to get tied down.
He
of
gets
course
it from
he's
his honestly with his dad though.
He gets it from his
Yeah.
father, which you'll meet.
I can't wait.
It's great. And she's basically like, look, yeah, I might know where that headpiece is. Come back tomorrow. He also tells her that she'll get half the money now and half of it once he gets the headpiece. And he puts a big wad of cash in her hand. And she tells
After
him,
she tries to hit him again.
oh, she did try to hit
Yeah.
him again. Yeah. He grabs her wrist that time.
Yeah.
He's ready.
She's keeping that pip hand strong.
You're not getting me again, Marion.
Honestly, she was like, you've missed out on 10 years of hits that you deserved from me.
I'm going to get all of them in
Yeah.
at once. She gets him really good with that fucking mirror later.
She does.
Such a good moment. And,
This is why they're good for each other.
oh, they're perfect for each other. Later on.
Later on.
Yeah, they're so sweet.
There's a little
when they're
animosity
old.
here. Because it's like he wandered back into her life, and like
As
a
if-
shadow of him
As if nothing
has been
happened.
looming over her. It's great imagery.
Literally.
Literally.
Yeah.
And she tells him, hey, come back tomorrow. I'll have it. He goes, why? She goes, because I told you to. Get out. And she says, "See you tomorrow, Indiana Jones."
This is why I have such a problem with like strong women. Oh, well, that drives me crazy. Because I said so. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'll see you tomorrow.
You're
So
just
it's-
a little simp for
so-
strong women.
every now and then, when that tone gets out, I'm like, "Ooh, yes,
So
ma'am."
it's not really a problem; it's more of a weakness.
That's 100% a weakness.
Corey gets weak in the knees.
You're like,
Hey.
yes, please tell me what to do.
Hey,
Corey likes a little dommy mommy.
just a slight itch. Just a slight itch.
We need to find Corey a Marion.
I found enough of them. I don't need to find any more.
So she's cleaning up the bar, and the door opens again. The wind's rushing in. It's cold. It's snowing outside.
Who could it be?
It's Todt
oh,
and the Nazis. He's also got his own little pack of local guides.
not the SS, but something
Yeah.
close.
And when the door opens, like you can see that it's him, one other Nazi, and two other Napoleon
I thought
Nepalese looking guides.
I thought this was about to be the end of her.
Really?
Yeah, I for some because when I first watched it, but when I heard because I wasn't paying attention the first time, as I told you at work, I was really feeling good, and yeah, it was a dark screen and a lot of action. I was like, oh my god, already somebody's dying. But
We just met this character,
yeah,
and she seems to be important. She got a name
exactly.
that I don't have to look up online. I like it when the door opens and we see these guys in the doorway. You can see like the snow on their shoulders because like the two Nazis are wearing leather jackets, and you can see the steam coming off of it from the heat of the inside of the bar.
As if they're really in that area.
I love
feeling
that.
Yeah,
The visual there is so great to me. It really makes you feel, like you just said, it really makes you feel like you're there.
I bet they were. I wish I would have been in that. Feel that nice cold air. Mm.
Todt is basically like,
We saw your mans.
yeah.
We know you got something for us
So,
here.
We are here for the same thing as Dr. Jones.
I don't
hope you
think
did not
so.
give it to him.
I don't think you are.
And she blows smoke in his face because she doesn't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "We're ready to pay you handsomely." She goes, "Yeah, I might have heard of it. Why? You willing to pay more?" He's like, "Oh, much more." And some of the guys go behind the bar, and she's like, "Oh, do you and your men want some drinks?" And he walks over to this raging fire. He goes, "Oh, your fire's dying." He starts poking at it with a little metal fireplace
little
poker.
prod.
Yeah, she says something. Oh God, she said something like,
I can't remember.
I don't remember what she says leading up to him telling them to grab her, but she's like, you're not being very very cooperative. And he says something in German, and they grab Marion, and he walks over with the poker, and she's like, "You don't need that. You don't need that.
She gave in
I'll tell
so
you.
quick.
I'll tell
wouldn't
you.
you?
Yeah, but still.
I'll tell you everything you know. He's like, "Oh, I know you will."
Yeah, I love the line of, "Oh, that time has passed."
And then
Indy with that whip pulls the thing out of her hand. So not only does this motherfucker come back into her life,
Ruins her life.
ruined her for the last 10 years.
her adolescence. Well, let's
Early-
not say that
let's say
word.
20s.
Young adult.
Early adulthood.
Yeah.
There we go.
My bad.
Yeah.
My bad. Wrong word
So
choice.
and then he comes back into her life.
It saves her life.
No.
Okay.
Not only does he bring Nazis with him,
He did.
he also burns down her fucking bar.
He did.
Because he pulled that hot iron out of the guy's hand, and it flew over to a curtain and lit the curtain up.
But let's be honest. She would have died.
Oh, she would have been
Oh,
toast.
yeah.
She was going to die.
Uh,
And now she has a chance to
But literally,
experience a journey with her loved one.
loved one.
He's not her loved one yet. He's more her resented
I'm
one.
joking. I'm joking.
But had he pulled that hot
He's
poker
her paycheck.
anywhere else,
Yeah. He could
bar would
have.
have still been standing.
He could have cared a little more.
Hopefully, she had insurance.
But why are there curtains in a bar?
That's
You're
a fair
right.
statement.
Keep that cold
Especially,
out.
especially there.
Right?
Okay, to keep the cold out, but not floor length. These were floor length, in an old house.
Maybe it wasn't curtains for a window. Maybe it was curtains for a stage show.
What if it
With
was a
what?
tapestry?
The tapestry.
The tapestries. Keep bringing up shit from a movie Corey's never seen. That's another bit from the third movie. I'll stop doing it. I'm sorry.
You're
It's
good.
okay.
You're good.
But,
It'll
It's
connect.
on brand.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we'll
It'll
allow
connect.
it.
It'll connect.
So Everyone starts shooting at everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Indy gets this really gory headshot.
It was nice.
This was at that.
Blood everywhere.
This was at the moment where I was like, the PG-13 rating hadn't been created till the next Indiana movie, and I was like watching this. I was like, this is the PG-13.
This movie is PG. And the follow-up to this, Temple of Doom.
I just realized I didn't even look at the rating.
Yeah.
Temple of Doom is what created the PG-13 rating.
I'm just like, how?
It was also PG, but after people saw it, they were like, we need something above PG but below R.
And no one was like, the children. The children are okay with this one.
Jaws is also PG.
I've never seen Jaws.
What?
We should add that one.
That's another time.
Another Spielberg movie.
Oh my gosh.
One of my comfort films.
It'll fear you from the
Oh,
ocean.
really?
4 of my favorite movies are Steven Spielberg.
The music is good though.
Oh, it is.
I'll
Two
give you
notes.
on.
Dun,
I mean, still though.
I've read in the ride.
There's a
Fucking
ride.
brag about it.
Not anymore.
No.
It used to be
Oh,
in-
there was.
it used to be in
At
Florida.
Universal, yeah.
So the shootout starts. He shoots this guy in the
Wait,
fucking
I'm sorry.
face.
Say Florida one more time.
No.
Did I miss it?
Did you say Florida?
No.
I was about to say, all right,
Oh,
Florida.
I can't wait to listen to this podcast. I need to know how Adam
He's
says
edited
Florida.
that out so hard.
No one's ever going to hear that. I said Florida.
Florida. You do say it like that. Ain't nothing wrong with
Like
it.
an old man.
Florida.
You got so white on that one.
So,
You get the
The
enunciation.
northern's coming out.
so
The bar's burning down.
the bar's burning down. The
There's
guy gets
stormtrooper shooting.
Yes.
stormtroopers. One guy does hit Indy in the arm, I think.
Does it?
Not
No,
yet.
that's later. I'm
That's
sorry, you're right. That's
yeah.
later. That's later. But while Indy does manage to kill the other Nazi.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I also forgot. When Indy left, Marion told him that she might know where the medallion is.
Mm-hmm.
She literally was wearing it around her neck in that very moment.
Like, literally, if Indy had, like, lingered in the doorway, he would have saw it as she pulled it
I
out.
think she wanted him to, though. She wanted him to stay.
Probably.
Of course she
Yeah.
did, because...
She was hoping he would come back. Well, so...
Baby, come back.
And then she did that thing where she's looking at it and she turns it and the candle flame flickers. And that reminded me of Pirates of the Caribbean with Elizabeth Swann. And
Yeah.
I was like, what is it about gold medallions and flickering candle flames?
It's just got to be done.
Well, this was a little fancier than the thing that she had in Pirates, because this has a jewel in the middle.
Yeah, they did call it very elaborate. And like the first time
Elaborate
I saw it,
headpiece?
it just looked like a dented like gold disc. But
Yeah.
when I actually like rewatched it, I was like, oh no, it has like actual carvings and
Yeah.
engravings. And I was like, I guess it's elaborate enough.
It does follow that thing of turning things into necklaces that aren't necklaces.
Right.
Yeah.
But I totally forgot to we totally forgot to mention that when he left, she took that off from around her neck.
And then she just
She sets it on the table.
throws
Yes.
it on over something.
Yeah, it's like a little wooden centerpiece on the
Yeah.
table.
Like it
And-
doesn't matter.
Right.
Right?
Like,
It's like literally, oh yeah, I lied to him, said I didn't know where this thing was. It's right here. I'm going to look at it now he's gone. But when the when the shootout starts, the table gets knocked over and the medallion's just laying in some open flame.
Which, it's gold. Wouldn't it melt?
No, I don't think it's gold.
Oh.
I was
think-
say
I
if
don't
it's
think it's made of
gold,
gold.
it's
That
It's
is
extremely-
gold-esque.
If it's
but-
blessed by God, it's probably not melting.
Oh
with
yeah,
normal
the
heat.
mojo
Yeah.
powers.
But
the,
also
the
it's
wind
just-
powers.
Ah.
But I imagine just a little wood fire wouldn't be hot enough to melt gold. I imagine you would need like a kiln. I mean, gold is soft; it does melt
Yeah.
at a lower temperature. But I just don't imagine just a little wooden fire on the floor would be hot enough to melt it.
That's fair.
I guess it depends on how many carats.
I guess. But the table gets knocked over. This thing's laying in some flame. Shootout's going on. They kill the German guy that came in with Tote. They kill one of the little Nepalese guides. There's one guy behind the bar shooting, and Marion's ducked behind this bar, and they shoot through a barrel of whiskey. And this whiskey's rained out, and she really quick. She's got a torch in her hand, and she just takes a big old gulp of it.
That was that moment where I was like, same. I would do the exact same thing. Just need a little something to get me through this.
The liquid courage.
And you're worried about her alcohol intake.
Yep.
But she gets up and she gets behind the guy and she knocks the guy across the head. And while Indy is in the doorway, another guy comes in, grabs him, and throws him across the bar. Mm-hmm. This actor is another guy who plays a second character in this film.
How many?
The actor's name is Pat Roach, by the way.
Terrible name.
He created Papa Roach.
He's the titular Papa Roach.
He's Grandpapa Roach.
Oh my god.
I believe he was a boxer in real life.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
The great and powerful Roach.
So he throws Indy across the bar. Marion's still hiding behind the bar, and all these bottles of booze have been broken open, and Tote lights the bar on fire. So there's this flame trail heading right toward Indy, and he asks Marion, "Whiskey." And she passes him this bottle, and he cracks the guy over the face with it. I forget how he kills him.
Does he shoot him?
He might shoot him. I know Marion shoots the guy that's behind the bar.
Yeah.
That she hit over the head earlier.
Because the guy's holding the gun at Indy, gets ready to pull the shot, and
there's a gunshot, and
Yeah.
Indy looks down like to see if he'd been shot,
Mm-hmm.
and it's blood just starts pouring out of this man's mouth.
and he falls forward, and you see Marion with the gun.
Yeah, Marion took a life.
Badass.
But it's not her first life she's took. I believe Marion's killed some people.
Probably.
Yeah.
She's taking some souls.
Oh, yeah.
Well, even in this time, Tote found the medallion, and he grabbed it, and it burns his hand, and you see the smoke coming off of his palm, and he does like Joe Pesci in Home Alone, and he runs outside and puts his hand in the snow.
Well, he doesn't run outside. This man jumps through a window, and I'm like, that's an overreaction because the door's right there, sir.
Yeah, I don't care how high. Like, if I'm not on fire, I'll be a little calm.
He's like,
He had to get
it
out.
is so hot it burns me hand.
Everybody.
But they get out, and she finds the medallion. She picks it up, and they're outside in the snow now. And she says something about, you owe me more than $2,000, and I'm coming with you. And he goes, what do you mean? She goes, I'm your goddamn partner. And she's holding up the medallion.
Of course she's coming with them.
Oh, of course. And I believe now we get more map travel.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And they end up in Cairo. Mm-hmm. Which a lot of this movie takes place in Cairo.
The rest of the movie takes place in Cairo.
Most of it, yeah.
Yeah, because I think we're already at an hour left now.
Pretty damn close.
Mm-hmm.
Getting close. So they end up in Cairo. This is where we meet Salah, Indy's friend, who's played by John Rhys-Davies.
I did not realize. Sala can get it.
You know what? He is not an ugly man.
And, John Rhys-Davies was also in his late 20s, I believe.
No, he was in his mid-30s.
Oh, mid-30s, sorry. Mid-30s. He was a little younger than Harrison Ford.
In his prime.
He looked good.
Hey, 31 prime.
So he's a lot of people will know him as Gimli from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
he also
that's
voiced
a man who can wield an axe, if you know what I mean.
We're digging for the Nazis. That's what he does. He's hired as a digger to help them in their little excavation of Cairo, looking for the Ark and Tanis. And like, look, they have their own version of the headpiece. Like, well, you sure? He goes, yeah. No, they have one. They found the map room, and they have a good idea of where the Ark is supposed to be. He goes, that's wild. How would they have that? I was like, I don't know.
I didn't figure it out till I watched it the second time too.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Okay.
I might not have figured it out.
Yeah, I also think I missed this bit.
They also were like, Salah tells Indy that, oh yeah, they have an archaeologist of their own. They're helping them dig. A bell something. He goes, Belloc. It's fucking Belloc. That guy's following me everywhere. And we see
I feel like he has like a little air tag on Indy or something, the way he just pops up.
pops
Oh,
up.
yeah,
Yeah.
100%. He
He
put a
must.
tracker on him.
Dev had to.
Like Jason Statham in Furious 7. Just followed them everywhere. Indy and Marion are walking around the street in Cairo.
well, first when they get the Salah is when they meet that monkey. And
Oh,
yeah,
they met the monkey
the-
at Salah's. You're
Yeah.
right.
And also, did I hear... Now, I could be wrong. Was there a time where she said to Indy, that they're married now?
No, she makes a joke about the monkey being their baby.
Okay. That's what when I heard that, I was like, what did I miss? Is that the only way that she came with him? Is they got married? I was so lost the first time I watched this movie.
No, she makes a joke about the monkey being their baby, but that's after they leave Salah's house. 'Cause
That was a cool monkey, though.
Yeah, Erica was right though. They met the monkey at Salah's place, playing with the kids.
You could see him. You could see Indy. He had a little look like, oh, you know what?
I could raise a little monkey with this woman.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I,
But that it like jumped on her and she's just like, oh, cute creature. And the lady's like, oh, then it can stay. And
Just like, it's yours now.
Like, no, don't.
Congratulations.
It doesn't have to stay just for me. All I said was it's cute. But also, how did it get here to begin with?
right.
It's got a little vest on too, which is great.
It's cute.
Cute little
oh,
monkey.
it's like
Abu.
there we go.
Also, Salah has an ass amount of kids.
Tons.
Like, 15 of them.
This man's building a football team,
Hey,
Or a soccer team, really.
a soccer team. That's fair.
all teams.
And then they're this is where they go for their little walk through the street.
Mm-hmm.
And the monkey jumps off Marion's shoulders and it runs away.
And Marion's like, oh no, my monkey.
Yeah.
I was
didn't
so
want-
concerned about
Yeah.
this monkey.
The one I never wanted.
And Indy's like, he's fine. She's fine. She's fine. Here, have a date. She goes, a date? Yeah, they're fruit. They're fruit. You eat them. And the monkey runs off and it meets a man with an eye patch. And again, just like earlier when we meet Tote, you don't need any kind of dialogue to tell you this guy's bad.
yeah,
Yep.
when you see that eye patch,
And this is also the same guy who played the guide at the beginning. They got all the darts in his back.
Oh.
Now they put an eye patch on him. They put like a little fake scar on his face.
he didn't
Same
get
actor.
He
Gave him
didn't get
some
enough
facial hair.
money.
The Harvey Keitel guy.
I'm mad that I didn't.
Yeah, because when we were watching it, I was like, God damn, this guy looks fucking familiar, and I couldn't figure out why. Oh yeah, I just saw him 20 minutes ago.
Get out of here.
Yeah. So, the monkey works for him, and he meets up with some Nazis. And the Nazis come in, and the dude, I think he's called Motorcycle Guy or Monkey Man.
Nice.
That was really disappointing to find out the monkey was a Nazi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was funny, though.
Spy monkey.
They got this fucking monkey to do a fucking Nazi salute.
Oh, so cute.
It was cute.
Because they don't even, like, blink at the monkey being
No.
like, hi, Hitler.
They're all like, Heil Hitler, Heil Hitler. And the monkey just, and one of the guys is like, oh, I need to,
Yeah.
he's like, did I just salute a monkey? But we don't really get the deal because they're not speaking English in this scene.
I was just crying.
And I believe, is this where Marion and Indy start getting chased through town?
Yes.
You remember what kicked that off?
No.
I should have rewatched this last night.
What did... It was the Nazis, and then... Didn't just guys just start coming out of the crowd?
Was it just the fact
And then
of them
Indy's
seeing
like,
them?
Marion, get behind me. And then he, like, throws her into a freaking... Cart.
Yeah. Which I don't know what he expected the cart just to
Right.
sit there.
Because they're walking through the street, and
Flirting, you know.
yeah, they're getting a little flirty, and they're suddenly surrounded by some people.
I think so.
And Indy like has to punch a guy behind Marion.
And then he's like, Marion, run! And Marion's like, oh
Ah.
God, I can't function.
Now I
know.
can't. Now I
She
can't
did grab
figure
a
it out.
frying pan at
True.
one point.
She grabbed that pan, and the guy pulled out a knife, and she just goes, right. And she
And she
ran.
runs.
Oh
She
yeah,
ran
she
away.
went into like whatever little area,
Like a little
and
doorway.
he went behind her,
Yeah.
and you just hear
Thunk.
ding.
And then his body falls backward, and Indy's fighting the guys in the street.
Right.
And I really wish I could remember the proper way they got here. And he beats all these guys up. This is before or after he throws Marion into the cart.
Yes,
I think it's just all dirt. Like
This is, and then he beats all the guys, throws her in the cart, and then this guy with a huge sword comes out.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Dressed in all black.
all black. And the guy's doing all these fancy sword twirls. And Indy
Yep.
has this look of, I'm not dealing with this. And he just shoots the guy.
Yeah.
So I'm sure this movie is over 40 years old now. I'm sure everyone listening knows the story of this scene. This was improvised. Originally, they were supposed to have some big slobber knocker brawl in the street. And apparently Harrison Ford was sick. And he said to Steven, hey, what if I just shoot the guy? And they're like, let's do it. Let's try it.
I can't.
And it's one of the biggest laughs of the movie.
Right.
Oh, look at this.
But like, it feels on brand, not for necessarily Indy, but definitely for Han Solo. Like,
Oh, yeah.
this is the most Han Solo moment I can remember in this whole franchise. I'm like, Han would do that.
Oh, Han would wait for your back to be turned.
He's the
Get 'em
best
while they're-
stormtrooper. He can actually shoot.
Right?
Get them while they're down.
So Marion's running after she knocks that guy out with the pan. She
Tracks him inside.
Yeah.
And instead of staying in the building like a smart person.
runs out into the alley.
Yeah.
And when she runs out, there's more Nazis coming, so she hides in a big basket. And they run past her, and the monkey pops up on top of the basket.
Yep.
And the monkey's like, hey, she's right here. The lady's looking for her. She's right here. Hey,
Right.
hey, Nazis, hey, right here. And she's like shaking the lid. She's like, stop, shut up, get out of here.
Instead of grabbing the monkey.
I would have killed that monkey. That baby would be dead.
I'm not lying. Gone.
Gone. But
My life?
this is where they grab Marion and they run into a crowd, and Indy can hear her screaming in the basket.
She's just yelling her way. She's like, Indy! Indiana Jones!
Indy!
She's like, help me! And I'm like, girl, have you, I don't know, tried lifting the lid?
Yeah, or like those baskets are huge. You
Right?
can throw your weight to off one side and get out of it.
Something.
Like, try.
Nah,
Try.
she lost all capabilities. She went from a hard ass in her own bar to, I don't know.
She does get kidnapped a lot.
A lot.
A lot. Anyway, a basket on the back of the truck.
Yeah, they load the basket. You can hear her screaming. They load it onto the back of a truck, and Indy goes chasing them. And he tries to get a different truck, and he shoots he steps out in front of the truck, and he shoots the driver, and the truck crashes and explodes, making Indy think that Marion just died.
Yep.
And like the next thing is him sitting at this bar
With the monkey.
with the monkey,
Best
just
actor.
drinking away his sorrows.
Oscar, really.
Oscar worthy monkey.
Yeah.
For best
Not every monkey can
runner-up.
out here, salute Nazis.
Supporting role.
There we go, supporting
Yeah.
actor. Just imagine him in his house, tree house, whatever. He's got an Oscar right there.
Little fedora, little leather jacket.
Just a little whip.
Oh,
Little whip.
Just a little whip.
The monkey's got a little whip. I love it. He's drinking, and these goons come up to him and they're like, "Hey, come with us." And he walks into this big crowded bar, and we can see there's someone smoking a hookah with a little white fedora on. And Indy walks up to this other guy. He's like, "Are you looking for me?" And he turns, and there's Belloc.
I did not recognize this man's. Like, he looks so different from his, like, jungle safari. Like, it took me forever to realize who it was.
He's always dressed sensibly in this film.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I'm not getting overheated.
No.
I'm wearing these nice soft white cotton or silks.
That linen. That linen.
Linen, thank you. He's like, I'm not wearing a fucking leather jacket, Jones.
If I didn't sweat so much, I'd love linen. I mean, I do love linen.
I want to get Adam a little linen attire for our trip next week.
Oh, especially in the beach. Just
Right.
Be walking around like John Hammond.
Yeah.
Spend no expense.
No.
pump them brakes. That's what I'm talking about. Let it be.
But basically, Belloc is like, come on, we're one and the same. You know, we're both here. We're trying to do stuff for archaeology.
And it's like,
I'm
okay.
evil. You're not. We can work through our differences.
Yeah, and he's like, look at this pocket watch I bought. It's worthless. I take it, bury it in the desert for 1,000 years. It's priceless. He goes, that's the Ark. It's like a radio. It's like a it's a communicator. It's a radio to God. And Indiana's like, you want to talk to God? He's like, we can go talk to him together.
Let's go.
He's
Yeah,
like,
he's
I'm
like,
tired of being alive. Let's do this.
I ain't even gonna lie. Hey, take him out.
Because he also says something about, you think anyone in here would care if a couple of white boys shoot each other? You think anyone in this bar is going to care?
Not a chance.
But when Indy stands up and goes for his gun, every single guy in this bar has a gun pointed at Indiana. Every one of them.
And then Sala, being the most irresponsible dad's like, let me send my horde of children in there with these guns.
That was great. Uncle Indy! Uncle Indy! He's a little tiny
They're
kid.
so cute.
A whole pack of them.
Little street gang.
Yeah, they really are.
Oh, so that $10 watch in 1936 would have been like $200.
Damn.
Yeah, because I was
And
like,
today?
I was like a $10 watch. It looks like a nice watch.
Oh yeah.
Also, in that moment, Belloc had a great line to Indy. He goes, "Come, sit down before you fall down. We could be civilized. Just being smarmy again. I love him.
Just being that extra.
He's just
being
an
that
asshole.
Mm-hmm.
I hate how he wears his hat.
Oh, how he wears it kind of...
It's tilted to the side, like he's a 19...
Little gangsta.
Yeah, it's
You know
like,
what?
sir.
You know what he kind of looks like in that scene? He kind of looks like the lawyer from Jurassic Park.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's got a
There
very
you go.
similar hat. Their face structure is kind of the same. Gennaro, I believe, is the lawyer.
Got that just that slimy.
You would know.
I know it's Gennaro. I know.
That's true. You got the names.
It's my favorite movie, Jurassic Park. But Indy goes out to the car and he's loading up Salah's kids into the back of this truck. He's like, "Marion's dead, Salah." He goes, "Yes, I know.
And then he's like,
Well, we have a meeting to go to."
he's like quite tragic. It reminded me of
He just didn't care.
in that Queen Charlotte when she's trying to comfort her son when his kid died. He's like, sorrows, prayers. That's basically the same sentiment Salah's giving.
It's great. Salah's like, it happens.
He's like, that's exactly what he said.
But he's like, we have a meeting with the old man, and when they're leaving, the monkey like pokes out of the truck and it sees the man on the motorcycle, and the man on the bike's like, no, hold back, stay with them. I need you to tell me everything that you hear. It's a monkey.
How is it gonna? That's what blows. That's what got me. It's like, what is this monkey going to tell you?
Maybe it knows sign language.
Maybe.
ASL.
The monkey can do sign. Maybe it can write. I don't fucking know.
Then he's gonna be like, fuck
This is
around,
a very
find
intelligent
out.
monkey.
Monkey's great, if not evil. But they go to the old man, and
He was corrupted by the Nazis.
he was. But the old man's place is like, we see like a back door to like a kitchen, and there's a bowl of dates on the table, and the eye patch guy comes in and he pours some liquid on the dates. And again, not a word said. You don't need to telegraph it. You can see as the viewer, like, hey, the director trusts you to understand what's happening in this scene. And he pours this liquid on the dates and he leaves. And this little kid walks in and is like, oh, that's weird. The door's open. Closes it, grabs the dates, brings them into the room where Indy, Salah, the monkey are meeting with the old man. And the old man's job is to translate what it says on the medallion, because it's a very old text, apparently. And Indy grabs a date, and we can see the monkey go for the dates. He grabs one, and she grabs one, and she starts eating it. And the old man basically tells them, like, the staff is supposed to be this tall, and they're like, all right, so we know how tall the staff is supposed to be. They got that information too. He goes, but there's more. And they flips the medallion over, and on the back side, it says you're supposed to take away some of the measurement. And they're like, oh, so their staff is too tall. They're digging in the wrong place.
Which is funny to me how the height of the staff is on the medallion. Like, usually, like, things are just like, oh, beware, like, don't touch. But no, it's like, oh, no, these are the messages you need for the staff.
No, this is like, fuck around and find out. Open
Like,
that Jewish box. See what's going to happen.
how
This is how
convenient,
this is
man.
how you work this.
It reminds me of like or not reminds me of, but it's like back in the day, you get like eyeballing recipe things, right?
Right.
But you got exact like 56 centimeters for this damn staff. I'm like, where was the grandmas giving recipes with this?
Just etching it in.
Right?
There's also there is a warning on it though, Etta.
There is, yeah.
It says do not disturb the Ark of the Covenant.
I mean, fair.
And yet.
Fair.
So it is 72 inches high, and when the old man says that, you can see Indy still got that handful of dates.
It's 72 inches high.
Mm-hmm.
Inches.
Mm-hmm.
Inches. And it's inches are on the
Well,
medallion.
he tells them a specific unit of measurement, and they convert that into,
Oh, because I was like,
because I believe the measurement is katoms
You're like, what metric system are they going by?
right? I was like,
from a
Because what is
ancient
that?
society.
6 feet?
That's 6 feet.
Yeah.
But there on the back of the medallion it says take one katam off.
One Kadam?
Katam, Kadam.
What is that, like a foot?
I have no idea. But they're basically like, yeah, it says on the front it's supposed to be this tall, this many katams, but on the back it's like take one off. And like, okay, so Nazis are digging the wrong spot. But when the old man said that, Indy was about to put a date in his mouth. And he goes, but wait. And then Indy's like, oh, you have my attention. Put this date down. It's rude to have a meeting with a mouthful of food.
He's all about dates in this movie.
Yeah, he
He
dates with
is
Marion,
vibing with
dates
them.
with the monkey.
When I first heard it, she's like, what is this? It's a date. I was like, you don't know what a date is?
You eat 'em.
Like, two people go on one, and he's like eating it. He's like, got a date. I was like, oh, those dates.
No, that was my first. When I saw
100%.
this as a kid, I was like, you eat a date? No idea as a kid dates were fruit.
I mean, if it's a good date, hopefully.
Hopefully. You can only hope. And they're like, all right, so they're digging in the wrong spot, and they start celebrating. And Salah starts singing his little song, I am the master of the sea, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he wanders off camera. And when he wanders off camera, he stops suddenly. And Indy flicks a date up, and he's about to catch it in his mouth, and Salah reaches out and grabs it. And he looks down, and monkey's dead.
Which is good, because that monkey was bad.
Yeah.
The monkey was hoisted by its own petard because it was killed by its own owner.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a Nazi monkey, so it's fine.
That's what happens.
We can kill Nazi animals.
No.
Bang, bang.
Bang bang.
Bang, bang.
Dates.
Date. You got dated.
Yeah. And Salah just has that great line of bad dates. And he crushes the date in his hand and the pit pops out.
Hopefully Saul, washes his hands afterwards.
Nah,
He goes home, pats his kid on the face.
Oh,
Oh no!
You're such a good one.
It's okay. I'll make another one.
At the rate he's going.
I have 11 more. It's
one was
fine.
one was already in the oven, probably.
Probably. And then we cut to the dig site in Cairo where Salah's been working, and Belloc and the Nazis are trying to excavate the Ark. And basically the head Nazi, Dietrich, played by a man named
Wolfgang Amadeus.
No.
Wolf,
That's a name.
Cowler.
That's also a name.
Surprisingly, he played a Nazi in a lot of stuff.
Really? You don't say.
I never would have guessed.
So he's about that life.
He's like the Hector of this universe.
He's probably.
Hector. Okay, yeah.
Let me relive my family's history.
Oh gosh. And basically, he and Belloc are like talking about. Look, Belloc says, "I told you not to tell Berlin that we found something yet because we don't know if we did. You prematurely told them." He goes, "Look, you promised me results," and Belloc's like, "I didn't promise you anything."
I didn't promise
told
you shit.
He's like, "I told you it looked promising, but I didn't promise you a damn thing." He's like, "You fucked up. You're gonna have to own that." And Indy and Salah sneak into the camp, and they sneak to the map room, and Indy goes down with their staff with the correct measurements, and he's looking on the little display. It's like a miniature of what used to be Tanis.
And he's taken too long, if we're being honest, to do any of this. He's pausing, looking around, staring at things, adjusting things, rubbing his face. I'm like, sir, there is a time limit and Solid's up there.
Well, Salah's up there with the rope.
Yeah.
Indy got lowered down into the chamber, and he's trying to find the right markings because there's almost like a peggle board. And he's trying to find the right spot to stick the staff in. So he's looking for the right markings. He's dusting stuff off. He pulls out a journal and he's writing stuff down. He finally finds the right spot, but at the same time, Nazis see Salah up there and hey, get away from there. You don't need to be up there. Come on. What? Never mind that rope in your hand. Come on.
Who did you lower down there? Nobody?
Stupid Nazis. And Salah is basically just oh yeah, I'll go down here and pretend like nothing happened. It's cool. No, you're
I
good.
am casual Egyptian worker.
Very casual.
Unlike Indy, who when he pops up and they go away, he's the most conspicuous man in the world.
Oh, later on?
Yeah.
Yeah. Salah basically has to go and run into a tent and find a bunch of shit to tie together to make a new rope. And Indy goes down into when Indy puts the staff in the right spot, it also has to be the right time of day. I believe 9 a.m. The sun hits the map room.
And when it finally lights up, it's so cool.
The sunlight goes through the jewel in the headpiece, and it turns into a fucking laser.
Yeah. It's
And it just beams down on this one particular part of the map room, and Indy's just staring in awe of it because it's almost like it's almost like magic, but it's really just light shining through a gem.
Yeah.
But the music is swelling and the lighting is going crazy.
And as we've all done with, ants and magnifying glasses,
Yes.
Maybe. I don't know who
That's what he's thinking about. He goes, man, I wish I had some ants right now.
Dude, I kid you not, man. It's like the coolest thing to like try and see. Not that I did it a lot.
A lot.
Sure.
Keyword
Corey.
a lot.
Salt and slugs.
But Indy's like, all right, I'm done. I'm going to make sure I break this staff in half so they won't know exactly how long it was.
You made the comment. He's like, he should have broke it a little bit more.
Yeah, like in multiple pieces.
Yeah, and then taken one.
Yeah.
In case they were to find it, they won't match up.
Because all you gotta do is put it together and roughly be like, oh, this is about this tall. I think we could do this.
Hey, Klaus, go get me some duct tape. We can put this back together, man. Sala made a new rope out of like bed sheets and a Nazi flag. Because like the rope comes down and hits Indy in the head. He's like, what the fuck is this? It's not a rope. And he unfurls it. And it's, climbs out. And then they're wandering through the camp. And they walk right past Belloc. And they also
Indy's like ducking around. And I'm like,
he's trying to cover his face with his head wrap. And they walk past this big table of Nazis like having lunch. And there's one guy like, bring us some more food. And Indy's just like not saying anything. He's just like, what? Putting his hands up like, what do you want from me? And Sal's like, you want some more water? I got you. I'll get you more water. And they wander off. And Indy wanders into this random tent. And boom, Marion's there. She's been tied up inside this tent.
She's dead.
Yep.
Yeah, I know.
And he like runs to like not console her, but to like hug her. Mm-hmm. And she's like, get off me. And he pulls the mask down. And he tells her that they know where it is. They know where the Ark is. And she's like, all right, that's great. Cut me loose so we can get out of here. And he pulls out his knife and he goes to cut her loose. And he's like, wait a minute. Like,
I would have been like, rightfully so. She was pissed. And I was like, girl things. I'm mad on your behalf.
She's so fucking mad.
Yes.
He goes, if I let you go now, they're going to know we're here.
But are they?
Gotta leave you here.
I tell you what.
Well, I mean, if she breaks loose, they're going to be combing the camp looking for her.
Yes.
So
yes.
right now, if he leaves her there, they're not going to think anything suspicious is happening. Mm. But she is just like, you son of a bitch!
Trust me, I love you. It's okay.
He re-gags her, too, which is the funniest
Yes.
part.
He's like, you just stay quiet.
He's like, you stay here.
It's okay.
I'll come back for you, I promise.
We'll revisit this later.
He also should have been like, hey, by the way, that monkey, dead.
She didn't hit him enough for my liking.
She only hits him one more time.
Yeah.
Love will do crazy things.
He deserves it.
I don't think I could.
Yes!
I don't think I could have taken any more from her. I'd be like, oh Lord,
Oh,
ma'am,
can you marry me, please?
100%.
So,
tell me I've been done wrong.
oh my god. So he uses is it a little sextant, the little
Yeah, it is.
measuring.
I'm just messing with you.
A,
Sorry.
but it's like the little
Aren't sextants
No.
used on the sea?
No.
it's a measuring tool.
Yeah.
A compass?
No.
No, that's for direction.
A protractor?
That's
A sextant is like a
isn't it like for like length distances?
it's tiny
and
lens
stuff like
tool,
that?
is it not?
What is it
We
called?
have technology. Doubly reflecting navigation instrument that measures the angular distance between two visible objects.
Yeah.
So yeah, sextant. You got it.
Good job.
Yeah. Because he's like measuring the angle of the sun and like where they should.
from the map room
Exactly.
to where it shined.
Yep.
Because if you look at the figure of the map room, there's like an obelisk, almost like a Washington Monument kind of thing.
Yeah.
And when they're walking through the dig site, you can see that toppled over. So that gives him a point of reference
Yeah.
to where he should be looking.
Right.
And it's on this big hill on the opposite side of where they're digging. So he and Sala go over there that night. They're digging on. It's a big mound. It's huge. And as they start digging, it's this great shot of
They not being indie.
No, Indy's not digging worth a fuck. He's
Yeah.
not. No, he's not doing all the work. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
He's too busy looking attractive. And it's this big shot of the sky, and it's a big, beautiful matte painting. And like this storm cloud starts rolling in. God really does not want them to find this box.
No.
No, I wonder why.
And they finally find basically like the roof. It's like a lid to the chamber room. Mm-hmm.
The Chamber of Secrets, if you will.
This
I
is
mean,
holding a big
pretty
secret.
much.
Yeah.
It's even got snakes.
Right?
Hey,
But they They're like, all right, find the edges, find the edges. Indy's not doing any of this. He's just telling them to do it.
Right?
He's like, look, I'm tired. I came all the way here. I'm hiring you guys to do this. Help me out. And they find the edges and they lift this big ass fucking slab off. And they look down into the room. It's pretty damn high. It's got to be like close to 3 stories from the ceiling where they are down to the floor. And Sala has this great line of, Indy, why does the floor move?
Because of snakes.
And they drop a torch and it's a fucking snake.
It's a snake pit.
And Indy leans back and he goes, snakes. Why did it have to be snakes?
Because it's your favorite animal.
Favorite
Reptile.
But Sala has a
Amphibian.
great line of asps, very dangerous. You go first.
Do y'all want to know how many snakes?
Yes.
Stop.
Absolutely.
So originally, it was like 2,000 snakes is what they brought in.
5.
Oh my god.
And Spielberg was just like,
Not enough.
not enough. So they got 4,500 more. So there's more than 6,000 snakes down there.
I'll tell you right now, they should have just put a gas pit down there.
Oh my god.
Let all those snakes die.
6,000 snakes.
Did they like grab them back, or were they like,
Oh.
what? We just lost 6,000 snakes.
What do you do? What do you do with that many snakes?
I mean,
I don't know.
My skin.
All right, I know I said I would stop doing this, but for the third film, they breed over 2,000 rats for a scene in that movie because that was the only way they could make sure that the rats didn't have disease.
That's smart though.
2,000 rats. But
and it happens quickly enough. So that's,
yeah, like the snakes are in this a lot longer than the rats are in that. So
6,000.
over
Wait,
6,000 snakks.
almost 7.
yeah,
'Cause it's
it's
500
6,500 basically.
Damn.
Yeah.
For anyone, could you imagine? Never mind. Off topic.
And apparently they had problems like keeping them because they kept trying to slither off into the cool dark spot. So they had to keep like gathering all these snakes into the piles.
Too many snakes.
Yes.
But Indy goes down and he falls as he gets down and he's laying belly first looking at this snake. And
We missed a scene.
did we?
I think so, with Marion and Bellic.
Oh, that's happening right about now. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Go ahead.
Gotcha. Was it before? Anyway, this scene was also improvised. I
Them
don't know if
drinking?
y'all know that. The dress scene.
Oh.
No.
It was very creepy.
Oh, I know.
wait.
It was weird.
We talking about
I
the
know.
wedding dress?
Yes.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I was like, homeboy, a creep.
Yeah.
I was like, he's like this, or you could just. I was like this, pump your brakes.
When he
Can you
pulled
put
it
this
up-
dress on for me?
And now that it's PG,
Because I think while they were like, well, Indiana, they were finding or digging. I don't remember.
Right after they open it, it cuts to Marion
Yeah.
and Renee.
And the Nazi guy, Toot, like, he wants to, like, torture her for more information. And Belloc's just like, no, let me try my way.
That was during their walk and talk earlier. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. You're
and
right.
so he, like, unbinds her, gives her food, and then he's talking to her, and she's like, I don't know what you want from me. And he's like, here's a dress.
He's
I
like,
would very much like to see you in it.
she
I
looked
was
good
like,
in the dress. Though. I'm not gonna lie.
immediately.
I'm not gonna
Also,
lie.
that
She
dress
looked
is
good.
ugly.
I like it, but it's just weird that he has a dress on hand that fits her.
I don't think the dress is nice, but Karen Allen,
Is nice.
Gorgeous.
Was it weird, though? Because
Oh,
the
it's
ship
weird.
captain also had a nightgown.
That fit her perfectly. Maybe she's like the standard dress size.
Or what has she just been hoeing around and nobody knew about it? She's been leaving all this over there.
oh, I'm glad I got this back.
I'm
But
joking.
yeah, apparently that scene was improvised with the dress.
They might have needed to rework that one, figure
Yeah,
out
that's-
something else for.
Maybe they were like, we don't have a reason to think Renee is creepy enough.
How can we make this worse?
Right.
Hey, they made
I would
it.
very much like to see you in this dress, please.
And
You want to drink with me?
Talk
When
about
her alcoholism kicks in again.
Yes.
Because he pulls out the bottle and they're drinking. And then she's like, she goes to grab the knife and it's just like, haha, psych. And she's like, nah, I'm getting out here.
Well,
Yeah.
no, it's great because he pours each one of them a shot, and he takes like a sip of his, and she throws her whole shot back.
Yep.
And Renee is kind of like, oh shit, I gotta step my game up.
Yeah, he's
And
like, I can't be, I gotta look good for the lady.
I can't
Right?
look weak in front of this attractive woman in
Yeah.
this dress I gave her. And when he drinks
real
his
thing.
shot, he's kind of like,
He like winces, yeah.
ooh, that burned. And she immediately pours another one. And this is her just playing off of her thing she did when we first met her.
I don't think Marion had a sip of water this whole movie.
No.
She didn't need it.
The only time we see her drink anything is booze. That's it.
She filters it out herself internally.
But it's great because like they're drinking and they're laughing, having a good time, and she falls on the floor and she's like, "What is this stuff?" And he goes, "It's my family label."
Oh, I missed that.
I grew up on this.
Yeah.
Which sucks because he can't seem to hold his liquor.
No,
'Cause it
Renee's
ain't
not much of
about-
a drinker.
It ain't a part of his life.
No, he's more of a hookah man. And she's like talking like, this is, and she grabs the knife, and Renee is still like, that's cute. And she's like, I really like you, Renee. I do, but I'm gonna leave now.
She's
Like, I'm
also
gonna go.
laughing too.
Yeah, she's
Right.
also laughing, still playing on that fake drunkenness. And this is where Tote walks in, and she runs over to Renee like for protection, and this motherfucker, instead of just having this coat hanger
Oh, I love this.
and just
part.
putting it together like a normal person, he has to pull it out and pull it tight like he's gonna use it to hurt somebody.
It looks like a nunchuck.
Yeah. Oh my god, it totally does.
It looks like a nunchuck, and I was like, "Oh god, what's he gonna do?" And then it just folds into a hanger.
Yeah, he just loops it through, and it's a nice little coat hanger, little
Yep.
travel coat hanger. Because
What?
he finally took that leather jacket off.
Yeah.
Oh my
we
god.
didn't circle back around to.
When they were when Renee and Dietrich were having their walk and talk about torturing Marion, and he telling him, "No, we're not going to torture her. I can talk to her." Tote walks up and he does the Nazi salute, and he's got the medallion burned into his palm, and that's how they got their measurements for the staff. Because the one half of it was burned right into his fucking hand. Damn, totally forgot about that.
Yep.
And he sits down back in the tent with Marion and Belloc, and he goes, "So, what should we talk about?" He just sounds so fucking creepy. I love it.
He sounds like that one guy.
Oh, the actor from like back in the 40s that everyone drew to look like a weirdo.
Yeah.
He was in Casablanca.
Oh,
Reek.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Hold on, I gotta look it up now. He does sound kind of like him. Tote, by the way, played by
Stanley Tucci.
Ronald Lacey.
Oh.
Stanley Tucci. Jesus. The comparison you made for Tote sounding like the other actor?
Yes.
That was Peter Lorre.
Peter Lorre in relation to Hugh?
I doubt it.
Oh, okay.
Mainly because they're spelled very differently and they're decades and decades apart.
Oh.
Now Indy's down in the snake pit, and he's got a container of gasoline and a little pump bucket. He's like, "Saw, get down here!"
and he's just spraying. And I'm like, dude, I understand. Kill them all.
Light them bad boys on fire.
Exactly.
And
Toasty.
yet no snakes get lit on fire.
Now he lights him up.
Yeah, he
Oh.
does.
He throws a torch on
He's
him.
like, "Get back."
I miss that.
Also, I like I think it was a Anubis statue when they first opened the thing,
Yeah.
and it had snake fangs.
It also
Yeah.
scared Sala because when
Yeah,
they open it, they can't see. There's a lightning flash.
because I was like, "Is that a thing?" And then it took a while for them to like pan back and all the. I was like, "No, that's an Anubis statue."
Also, when
I gotta look back and see.
oh yeah, definitely go back and rewatch it.
Oh, I am.
When Indy landed down there, and there's that one snake that's like face to face with him.
The Cobra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, I was ready. I was ready to see how much he'd shit his pants.
I'm sure he did.
It's why he wears brown pants.
Yeah, that's true.
And a brown
So,
leather jacket.
in earlier versions of this film, not modern versions like the streaming ones or Blu-rays, they've edited this out, but you could actually see the plate glass that was between him and that snake.
Oh,
I would hope so because it's not like you can just I doubt that they're necessarily defanging tons of king cobras or
Just
cobras.
for a shot in a film.
Yeah.
Right, but you can't see it in like the version we watched on Paramount Plus. You couldn't see the glass; it's been removed. But in older versions, you could still see it. There's a sheet of glass in between him and that snake.
What if it was a
That's
spitting
cool.
cobra? Or do they all spit? I
No, they
can't
don't all
remember. Okay.
You know, some have the fangs, some spit. Those they're called quitting cobras
Quitting because
Yeah.
they quit.
Because they spit.
Trash.
Spitters are quitters.
Ah, my dog.
Nice.
Wow.
I can't.
I hate that I had to walk you guys to that one. No one got it.
God.
Look, man.
It did. It took me way
So-
too long. I remember like this. Yeah, because they trash.
I was like, oh yeah, no, obviously, that's what you would call it.
So they're down there, and there's like an altar with a big stone box, and I believe it's in this scene. If you look on the detailing around this box, they hid a little R2D2 and a C3PO.
Oh,
What?
I
George
can't-
Lucas.
Dude, I cannot.
Yeah,
And Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford.
You can't
I
put that.
missed that.
Damn it, Chewie! I mean, Sala, get down here. I don't care what you smell. So they get down there, and these men have superhuman strength
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
they pick up this stone box's lid.
Because in the picture, it's like 6 to 8 people carrying this ark, and then him and Sala just
Hoist it out.
hoist it up. And I was like, what?
And they throw the lid down, and it shatters into 100 pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And they pull the ark out, and it's this beautiful golden, I almost said sarcophagus, but it's a beautiful golden box. It's got these eagles on top of it where their wings are connecting together.
So I'm going to show my maturity level. I thought when
Oh,
I
no.
first saw this arc, the way that it was an overhead shot, it looked like 2 dicks with wings.
I gotta look it up. My phone's dead. Dadgummit.
Whenever you rewatch it,
I'll watch
and
it
then
when
I
get
realized
home.
it was 2 women like bowing their heads, and I was like, man.
Over
Is
six.
this
No,
supposed
well,
to
I mean,
be?
maybe.
Is this supposed to be like Pandora's box?
No.
No.
No, Pandora's box is a very different thing.
That's okay. That's what I thought. And then when I, the
Similar
eagles and
similar
everything.
outcomes.
Pretty much. But yeah, no, I was like,
2 dicks.
that's
with
not very
wings.
pretty. And then I was like, oh, no, it's just me.
Why are there flying dicks in
Why
this
are they
movie?
flying dicks?
To be honest, man, you don't know what happens in Star Wars.
Don't get cocky, kid.
Harrison Ford said you have to put this in here.
Oh no. So they load. They take the ark out of the stone box, carry it across the room, and load it into a wooden crate. And then Sala's men hoist it up out of the room. And in this, before we get that, I'm sorry. Before they actually fully found the lid or the roof to the ark room, the chamber room, it shows this amazing shot of the men working and Harrison Ford. It's all silhouette. And he takes off his disguise, his like desert robes, and he puts on his fedora. The sun is still up. The Nazis can still very clearly see you if they just turn their head a little bit.
It's amazing they weren't caught before because you could see the Nazis like in the foreground and then them digging and
Legit.
yeah.
And they're singing too.
Yes.
And I was like, they weren't going to look over and be like, what's going
What's
on?
happening over there?
Why
Why
are they
they-
digging on that hill? We aren't working on that hill.
Why are they singing? Who's so happy?
We should go check that out. And well, after they load right around the time they're loading the ark into the crate, Belloc notices it because it's like the next morning. They worked all through the night, and Belloc's like, "Thank you, men. Get them up there." I'm sorry. Why am I doing a German accent? Belloc's French, but he's
Oh, he's French?
He's French.
Yeah.
He's French.
Oh.
Renee
He's
is
just working.
French.
He's working
Renee?
with them.
Block.
I didn't know if he had just had French descendants.
No, he's French.
No, he's French.
And Renee tells them, wake your men, get them up there. And when Indy tells Sala, you go ahead, get out of here. Like, we're running out of fire. The snakes are kind of swarming back toward us. You get out, I'll follow you. As soon as Sala reaches the top, the rope falls down. And Indy just like, Sala! Like, you oaf.
Son of a bitch.
And this is where he looks up, and Belloc is there. Hello, Dr. Jones! Again, there's nothing you can possess that I cannot take away.
And it's
I
like this
s-
moment where I was like, you bitch.
Right?
He doesn't do any of the fucking work.
No.
Every
He just
villain.
takes all of Indy's work.
every villain in the world.
Yeah.
They
He's like,
just
work
wait.
hard or work smarter, not harder.
Right?
Oh, Belloc is really good at that. And basically, he's telling him, like, well, this was fun. Appreciate you finding the Ark for us. We're going to get out of here. And at this moment, I think it's Tote throws Marion.
Yeah, he's like, oh, wait, but
I would-
here's something for you, and then yeets Marion
I'd hate
into
for you to
the
be
thing.
alone.
Yeah.
I think that's what Dietrich says.
Yeah, it was the head Nazi guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Renee is like, that wasn't the deal. The girl was mine.
Yeah. This. Indy had her, and I would like to have her now, too. Mine.
And he also says, he goes, what a nasty place you found yourself in. And he goes, why don't you come down here? I'll show you around. Or some shit. And he goes, you son of a bitch. And they seal them in, and as the lid is closing, you can hear Marion like, no! And just dead silence.
That thump.
Yeah. And Renee is like, oh, fuck, that's not how I wanted her to go.
And Saul was like, oh, no, I'm not getting paid now.
Shit.
Fuck, they know I helped him. They're going to cut my pay.
Yeah,
Shit,
like,
Indy was going to pay me.
Fucking hell.
But he also tells him that, like, in 1,000 years, maybe you'll be worth something.
Just like that glass. Just
The watch.
Yep.
Yep.
I can't. Yep.
So they're stuck down in the hole. They're also loading the Ark on. The Nazis are loading the Ark onto a plane for Berlin.
It's kind of funny, though, when Marion gets, like, thrown down there, and she realizes there are snakes, and she starts crawling on Indy.
Oh, she has a foot over his shoulder,
Yeah.
a leg over his shoulder, trying to get away from these fucking snakes.
Thinking he has
And
a
also
fear
ends
of
up
them.
in front of the Cobra again.
Yep.
Oh
The
yeah,
same Cobra.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
Indy basically tells her like, I'm gonna use this statue. I'm gonna knock out this wall, and we're gonna get out that way because he can see snakes coming through little holes in the wall.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
It's creepy, too.
One of the many 6,000 snakes.
Yeah.
And Indy knocks the statue down. He falls through it, and then Marion crawls through. And this is the one part of the movie I don't like. Not because it's creepy or anything. It just doesn't make any fucking sense compared to anything else in this movie. But why are there screams coming from the skeletons? All these dead
Yes!
bodies.
Like, every time a skeleton, like, swung down, I'm like, why are they screaming? They are dead. There's no vocal cord. What was that?
Their souls.
They're so... You weren't supposed to find this place.
And then why were there... The only thing I can think of is, like, back then when they dug the tombs, like, sometimes they sealed the workers in. So they wouldn't tell people, like, where they were buried. So that's the only thing I can think of is that once the workers were done, they sealed them so nobody would know where the Ark was.
Oh, so they were releasing their screams.
Yeah.
That makes sense why the bodies are there, 100%.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense to me why are there screams?
You just
It was
open
echoing from her.
That, you know what? I'll take that. I'll accept that.
Yeah.
Nah, bro. Nah, they opened up. They opened it.
The 1,000-year-old scream.
It's like when you scream into a jar and you give it to your friend and they open it later. It's like
You screamed it? I farted in mine. That's what us guys did. We just let them rip in some jars.
It probably did smell down there, too.
Oh, right.
Especially when you open.
Oh, and then the one with the snake in the mouth.
yeah, the big ass snake coming right out of the
Yeah.
mouth of that one body. That was gross. But then Indy's like, Marion, get yourself together. They're just dead bodies.
He's like, pull yourself together, woman.
I found a way out.
This guy that's about to lose himself at the beginning of the movie with a snake in a plane.
Right.
Yeah. But it's great because literally the exit pops them out on the runway right next to the plane they were going to load the Ark onto.
Very
Dude,
convenient.
so convenient.
So convenient.
But that's how it happens. You know, that's why the hero always is a hero.
But it also
Somehow.
it's so economic for the story. Like it just keeps progressing it. Like, all right, well, we're trapped in here. Oh, there's a way out. Oh, the way out takes us right to the plane thing we need to get to. Plane thing, but the
One
that
of
thing
those
with-
contraptions
that wing
can fly.
thing, metal bird. But Indy tries to sneak into the cockpit of the plane, but he is caught by a big German,
Not the big German first. It was a
like a mechanic.
mechanic, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think he like has a wrench and he sticks the wrench into the propeller of the plane.
But also, like, the pilot of this plane has to be deaf. Because
Oblivious.
Indy's, like, right there with the guy fighting this. And it's, like, a couple hits in before he's like,
Yeah.
oh, what's going on down there?
What are these sounds
Right?
that I'm
the pilot also tries to shoot him at some point. But after Indy fights the first guy, that's when the big dude comes out.
Yes.
The big bald guy.
Yeah, he like takes his shirt off and he's just slowly walking across.
This guy's like, I've been waiting for this.
He looks like a little
Now's my time.
a 1920s like boxer guy.
Yeah,
Oddly enough,
man is
because
stocky.
he is a boxer. Because we met this gentleman earlier in the film.
No.
Welcome back to the film, Mr. Pat Roach, playing his second character.
Nice.
He also plays a character in Temple of Doom.
Oh.
He also plays a character in Last Crusade.
Which one's Temple of Doom?
Temple of Doom's the next one.
Second.
Yeah.
And then
Crusade
third.
is the third one.
Well, he's really getting that Steven Spielberg check.
Sadly, 90% of his scenes in 3 were cut. He is only in 3 for a brief little cameo. But
Did something happen?
I think it was just something
He
that
beat
got left on the
somebody.
cutting room floor, probably.
He beat somebody from boxing him.
But yeah, so Pat Roach, they have a great fight. Like, this guy's just beating Indy's ass. Indy's not really getting much done. But it's funny, though, because when he first spots him on the plane, he's like, come here, fight me. Come here. And then he's like, yeah, okay.
To be fair,
I'm coming.
Indy's been awake for like 36, knocking on 40 hours at this point.
He also just got done fighting a different guy.
Yeah.
So he's tired.
He hasn't eaten. He's like,
I'm wearing a leather jacket in the desert.
yeah.
I refuse to be hydrated.
I need to give Indy some Adderall. That man.
He would be unstoppable.
Oh, 100%.
On some PCP.
Oh, no. Future weed.
Yes.
Future weed.
Etta, you weren't there for that. That was our Minority Report episode.
Oh gosh.
Freaking future weed.
Future weed. But
cracks
he
me
fights Pat Roach. They're beating the shit out of each other. The pilot is trying to shoot Indy, but Marion sneaks up on him and knocks him out.
With the wheel holders.
Yeah, the little
Yes.
chucks. Yeah. So she climbs into the cockpit. The door shuts. She's stuck. The plane also, like...
When she hits the guy, he falls forward,
And I
and
guess-
the plane just starts spinning.
Yeah.
He takes the brake
Well,
off or something?
He lands on the controls.
Yeah.
It's spinning because she took the chuck out from under the wheel.
Yes.
So now it's able to move.
Right.
But he falls on the controls, and one of the wings hits the fuel truck.
Yes.
And now we have a Rube Goldberg machine of death.
But I
on
tell
this runway.
But I tell you what, I appreciate it because every time you see stuff like this, it gets so overly dramatic. It's always in the air, the pilot, whatever. I do love the fact that she knocks him out, whatever, But this is exactly how it would happen in an airplane. All it takes is one little button get hit, and now this whole airplane's doing something.
It's live.
And instead of the body just staying there and nothing happened, oh, we got lucky. There's 30,000 buttons and switches in that cockpit. What do you think's going to happen?
But I also love the fact that no matter what the tension is like in this movie, there's always a little bit of comedy.
Yes,
But
Right.
it's the right amount of comedy. It's not being
Exactly.
overdone.
Right.
Like some movies. Thor, Love and Thunder.
Oh,
But
trash.
the big Nazi is about to like lay a finishing move on Indy, and Indy's laying on the ground, and the plane has just been spinning, and this man must be deaf because he does not hear this giant plane propeller coming up behind him, and Indy just does a little cover, and the guy turns around and just gets the tail of the plane gets sprayed with blood. Not a drop of it on Indiana.
Nope.
Clean, tidy.
Oh, yeah.
I think he rinsed himself off before he goes to help Marion. Because he would look like he got sprayed with paint.
Oh.
In real life, dude, ew.
Look like Patrick Bateman.
Absolutely. So, Indy takes a little shower, and then he runs up and he tries to get Marion out of the plane. The latch is stuck. I think he has to shoot it to break it free, gets her out. And the fuel is flowing out of this truck like a river.
Yes.
It's completely covered the runway. It's all under the plane. And while Marion was stuck in the plane, she actually used the tail gun to shoot a truck of Nazis that were showing up
Yes.
as backup. And she blew that truck up. And the fuel is making its way to that truck.
What the fire?
Yeah. So he gets her out just in time. They run off the runway.
They're
plane
booking
blows up.
it.
And when this plane blows up, Belluck and Dietrich are on the other side of the camp. And they're like, oh, what the fuck was that? Let's go check it out.
You just see a mushroom cloud in this guy. Yeah.
And now they're like, well, we can't load the can't load the Ark onto the plane.
There is no plane.
We're just gonna load it into some trucks. Mm-hmm. And I think Indy passes Marion off to Sala. Mm-hmm. He's like, hey, you watch her. I'm gonna go get the Ark back. So we have just a normal passenger car with Dietrich, Belloc, and Tote in it. And then we have a motorcycle. We have, I think, 2 trucks. And we have another car with a gunner on it. Mm-hmm. And Indy manages to get onto the truck that has the Ark, and in the back of it's full of soldiers. So it might only be the one truck.
He takes off on a horse.
Yep.
That horse was beautiful. It's a Arabian horse.
Oh.
There's actually a toy figure made by Kenner. In the box, it's selling on eBay for like $600.
Get the fuck out of here.
Mm-hmm.
With the Arabian horse?
With the Arabian
For
horse.
this movie?
For this movie.
Damn.
Did they only make like 5?
I'm not sure.
Oh.
There's different prices. Like there's some where you just get the horse, and I was sort of comparing. But yeah, the one in the box was like $600. Because I just looked, I was like, what horse is that? I love the dappled gray and white. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what is that? It's an Arabian horse. And then it was like, this figure on eBay. And I was like, click.
Let me get that.
Yes, I want this now. See, my favorite, and it could be overused, Clydesdale.
Oh, the
Just
big Budweiser
just a
horses?
true Clydesdale.
The
horses are insanely big.
My head doesn't even touch their back.
But they remind me of Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So, Indy tells Sala, hey, watch after Marion. When you get back to Cairo, get us transport to England. A plane, a boat, whatever you got to do. I'm going to go after the Ark. And this is where he steals the horse. He chases after them. Mm-hmm. This is a great action sequence, and it's the last real action sequence of the movie. But it's so good. It's not too long. It's
a good.
The pacing is great.
It was at this point where I was like, oh, good, the movie's over.
You would think.
Yeah, when they get on that boat, I'm like, oh, there's
I
nothing
think
left.
that's where I blacked out the first time I watched it. It was like after the Ark was taken and the plane, and then after that I was like, whoop.
Yep. I was like, all right, there's nothing left.
Also, while Indy is taking off on the horse chasing the trucks, wasn't there... They pan back to the camp with the Nazis, and the people are, cheering, and one of the Nazis takes, a papaya or mango fruit and just chucks it at a dog.
That's after Indy has the Ark.
Okay.
That's at the end of the sequence.
I gotcha.
You're right, though. That does happen.
Did I miss that?
No, you hear the dog yell. You don't actually see it hit the dog, I don't think, but you hear it. Like,
why?
It's a Nazi. They're assholes.
Because animal abuse. They had to poison a monkey.
They light some
and
snakes
burn
on fire.
The snakes, and then they had to chuck a fruit at a dog.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yep. Also, though, if you notice in that scene where they're loading the Ark onto the truck, the workers are trying to stop them. Mm-hmm. The workers are trying to hold them back. Like, that's ours.
But anyway, the truck scene.
Yeah.
Very good.
Very good. So he chases after them on the horse, and he jumps from the horse into the truck, and he basically just throws the driver out the window, but he doesn't take into account the fact that the truck is full of Nazis in the back.
Yeah,
Indy doesn't
and they're
follow a thought through.
Crawling on the sides, and it was funny. My closed captioning, when he was driving and he was looking at the mirrors, he turns around and makes it sound like, oh, but it said ill on mine. So I was like, oh, ew, people.
It's like, oh.
Ew, Nazis!
Ooh. The appropriate reaction, though.
Right?
Well, when he gets in the truck, he has the idea of to ram the car in front of him, which is the car that has Belloc.
Yes.
He's like, I'm so sick of this fucking Frenchman.
Take him out.
I'm gonna fucking
100%.
kill him. But he starts getting swarmed by the motorcycle, which he knocks the motorcycle off the road. They hit it like a pond, and the two guys fly out. And then the other car that has the machine gun on it takes some shots at him, and he pushes them off a cliff. Like, they don't even stop or try to hit the brakes. Just immediately
And they
over
were-
that cliff.
No explosion, too. It was just like, and I was like, oh, well, they're dead.
They were like, I'd rather die here than have to deal with Hitler.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
I don't want to tell the Fuhrer we fucked up.
Yeah.
I don't have to tell him about his paintings anymore.
No, yes, those paintings are good, mein Führer. Yeah, they're perfect. So when the guys start climbing out of the back of the truck, Indy sees them in the mirror, and he gets the ew,
Ew.
which I didn't catch that.
I put the closed caption on.
Yeah, Eric asked me to have the captions on last night too, or night before last. But he gets a lot of them off by like swinging close to trees, and, like they just get taken out.
Yep.
Little precious.
Yeah. One guy manages to get on his right side, and he shoots Indy in the arm.
It just splattered.
Yeah, just a nice little spray blood. They start fighting, and I think this is the guy that throws Indy out the front windshield of the truck. Mm-hmm. And Indy's hanging on the front grill, and he's kind of like straddling the front tire.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and when he's in this position, I want to say it's Dietrich in the car in front is like speed up, come on, crush him between our car and your truck. It's gonna be great.
This is where he breaks off like
He's pulling off pieces of the front grill.
Yeah.
Yep, that's exactly right.
I was like, what is in the world?
It's not. It's weak as shit.
Well, it is 1930s,
Well.
you know.
And that windshield, he just went right through it, too.
Mm-hmm.
That salt glass.
It's why you wear a seatbelt.
Yeah.
They hadn't been invented yet.
Those are
Oh,
lies.
well.
Those are lies.
Please wear your seatbelts.
I do. No, 100%. I'm sorry.
It is the law.
And it's just for your safety. Listener, wear your seatbelt.
No, that's 100%.
But he basically, this is such a cool thing. He just lowers himself under the truck, and he's getting dragged on the ground, and this outfit is indestructible.
Maybe that's why he wore it, because he was like, I'm going to need protection. I don't know why.
He's a biker. He needs that leather jacket.
Yeah, he was like,
He's got that like chain mail in that leather jacket, keeping
I
him
hope
safe.
so. Because, first of all, the amount of strength to just hold yourself under a moving vehicle.
And then he attaches the whip to part of the framework of the truck, and he's getting drugged by the whip under the back of it. He climbs back up, and he climbs along the side of the truck, and he gets back in and just starts beating the shit out of the guy.
The same way that the guy got in.
Yeah, and then he throws that guy out the front windshield.
It's just all over again.
Yeah.
This is a revolving circle.
It's so good. But that guy doesn't have the strength, and he falls under the truck. And the shot of him getting run over.
Oh my god.
The truck bounces like it's hitting a speed bump. It's like ba-bump, ba-bump, and the guy's arms and legs fly up. It's so comedic. But also we missed the Wilhelm scream when he throws a guy off the back of the truck, or a guy falls off the back of the truck and lands on the car with the gunner. You can hear a Wilhelm scream. Whoa! I can't.
Oh,
do it.
that.
Do y'all
The
wanna,
very iconic scream that's in like almost every fucking movie.
do y'all want to learn about the Wilhelm scream?
Yes.
Etta
Which is
Wilhelm.
appropriate because
So,
Etta's.
That is my last name.
Uh-huh.
Come find me. Don't do it.
Please don't. This was a mistake.
Come at me, bro.
Right. So it is named for a character in a 1953 Western movie called The Charge at Feather River. It is when Private Wilhelm gets shot in the leg, I believe, and releases the scream.
What kind of shot are you taking that requires that scream?
Do you want to get shot in the leg and find out?
No, I guess not.
I scream like that when I get a paper cut.
Oh.
There you go.
Yeah.
The first scream was recorded in 1951, so 2 years prior, can't even talk, in the movie Distant Drums, but wasn't named until, I have too many numbers in this, 1970s,
Oh, wow.
Okay.
by a sound designer, Ben Burt. He discovered the screen while researching, I guess, sounds for Star Wars. So that became his calling card afterward, because it was used in Return of the Jedi, Empire Strikes Back, and then the Indiana Jones movies.
It was also in the original Star Wars.
Yes.
The scene where Luke and Leia are about to, I think, swing over that big chasm in the Death Star. They shoot a guy and he falls, and I think he makes the Wilhelm scream.
So That is the history of the Wilhelm scream.
That's awesome.
Wow.
That's crazy to think
I
of
know.
that you did one scream because you got, your character got shot in the leg and it's just carried on for
Exactly.
generations.
Well, didn't you say that it was recorded 2 years before that?
Distant Drums, which I'm not sure what that movie was about, but it was probably a Western, if I had to guess.
50s? Good bet.
Yeah.
So it was recorded 2 years before. And then Private Wilhelm, they used it for him in that movie.
And that's where they got the name. And
then in the 70s, when the guy was doing research, I guess he
for
found
Star
it.
Wars, he found it again, and that's when he started using it.
And
in
that's when it
Star
got the name.
Wars and
It's
Indiana
like
Jones.
the original TikTok sound.
Pretty much.
That's where the
Yeah.
popularity came from,
Yeah.
was the 70s.
That's cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think he pushes the car with Dietrich and Belloc off the road, and he manages to get past them. And he goes to like this market. It looks like it might be Cairo, because this part's kind of not explained at all. But he pulls into this little market, and he goes into this opening, this doorway, and suddenly the people there all know to cover it up. Like, they put up a fake fruit stand, and they put up a fake wall, and boom, he's out of sight. Like Grand Theft Auto going into the fucking garage Lose Your Wanted level.
Yep.
Oh.
And this is when the guys roll up and they throw the fruit at the dog.
The poor dog.
Yeah.
Fuck them. I'm sorry, that's terrible language.
That's a big fruit,
Have
too.
you heard
like,
me talking?
It's like,
I feel better with you.
it was like at least 8 inches. Like, those
Yeah.
fruits were solid.
hope
I
that
thought it was like a
dog-
watermelon at first.
I hope
I'm
that
not
dog
sure
got
what
some.
it has to be like a mango or a papaya or something.
That dog's so dead. I mean, 1981. Oh, it's dead. It's
Dead.
dead a couple times
Oh, they
over.
could have just used a sound clip.
Yeah. True. Yeah.
Also, it's Dietrich who throws the
Oh, okay.
fruit at the dog.
Of course it is.
Of course. But then it cuts to
Now I gotta.
now they're loading the Ark onto a boat, and the boat is captained by Mr. Katanga, who is played by George Harris.
Topanga's grandfather. Great grandfather. Topanga.
So, again, you guys might recognize him from Harry Potter.
Stop.
He plays Kingsley Shacklebolt
Okay, first of all.
in the latter Harry Potter films.
Doesn't he become Minister of Magic?
Yeah,
he
Kingsley
does.
becomes minister after the Battle of Hogwarts.
Yeah.
So they meet Captain Katanga, and he has a great insult to Indiana Jones. He goes, Dr. Jones, you look exactly how I imagined. And he walks away laughing.
That's like the worst, because you're like, what do you mean? And then they never answer.
Never
Right.
explained it.
And they're like, okay, well,
That
I'm just going to let that
hurts.
go because I'm too tired right now.
That hurts.
He's
deep.
been awake for like knocking
3
on.
days
Yeah.
at
He's been
point.
fighting. He's been dealing with snakes. He got shot.
He hasn't eaten.
Let's be
No
honest.
food.
Let's be honest. He's had cocaine.
It's the only thing getting him through is cocaine. He
In
got pure
all
cocaine.
these areas he's had
Or the
cocaine.
dates.
Oh,
Dates were laced with
Yeah.
cocaine.
Solid, that poison doesn't do anything to me. I've been microdosing it for years.
We already had 5 dates. This ain't touching me.
So,
I'm good. I'm good.
so Marion is like, Solid, thank you. She's like, give your wife a kiss for me, give your children a kiss for me, and this is for me. And she gives Solid a big, nice kiss. And Solid's like, oh, I don't get that at home.
oh,
He's so
Oh.
happy. And he starts singing his song again. And this is the last time we see him in the movie.
and he
How do
gives
you-
one of his guys a kiss.
Oh, yeah, he walks over
Yeah,
because he's still singing. He's like, mwah.
How do you not get a kiss like that when you have 15 kids?
I mean, hey.
Kisses don't make babies.
Oh. They sure don't.
They don't?
Nope.
we've been
No.
doing it
Oh,
right.
damn.
No, what you have to do, you just sleep in the bed beside somebody naked. That's what I was always told.
Oh, okay.
That's
I was told
why-
kisses make babies.
That's why I could never do it.
Corey refuses to sleep naked.
I always have boxers on.
But they're on the ship, and Indy's just fucked up. Marion's got that nice little sleeping gown on. I think Etta mentioned it earlier, or Erica mentioned it earlier. And
Everybody always has a dress for her.
everyone's always got her a dress.
She's the only one with consistent costume changes.
But this is
Yeah.
one of the best jokes in the movie because Indy says it looked nice, and she's like looking in the mirror at it, And Indy's on the other side of the mirror, looking at himself like, oh man, I got a big cut on my forehead. My clothes are all fucked up. I've been shot. And she grabs the mirror and she like goes to turn it, and it just hits him in the chin. And you hear it like cuts to the outside of the ship, and you just hear, and then she's like,
Huh?
sorry, did you say something?
Did you say something?
It's so fucking great. And
She's basically like, and that was for leaving me in that tent.
she's like, oh, sorry, did I hit you?
Remember when they couldn't find me?
Remember when you didn't look in enough baskets? But he's trying to take his clothes off, and she's like trying to help him. He goes, stop, it hurts. And she's like, all right, well, just lay down. And she like grabs his legs to try to lay. And she goes, stop it. She's like, damn it, Jones, where doesn't it hurt? And he's like, my forehead,
Oh,
my elbow.
what a simp.
He's like, my nose doesn't hurt too bad.
But she's like giving him kisses everywhere he's pointing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the bit. And then he's like, wait a minute,
My lower extremities don't hurt too bad.
Marion, they didn't hit me in my taint.
Don't be a quitter.
Don't be like that, Cobra.
We got time for a Remy.
I can't.
But he points at his lips, and he's like, this doesn't hurt too bad. And she kisses him, and he passes out, just instantly unconscious.
And that's how you know he's
And-
a true hero.
She says, she goes, we just can't catch a break, can we?
She wanted to so bad.
Of course.
Of course.
She's been thinking about it for 10 years. Yeah, she's pissed off, but she did miss it.
I mean, that's the only reason she was held up on it, because I guess it was good.
That guy, she's been thinking about that dick for a while.
Not only can he explore tombs, but he can explore wombs. You have to groan, damn.
I love it. I'm just
But-
laughing eternally.
But the next morning, Indy's loading his gun. She wakes up. She goes, "What's wrong?" He goes, "The engines have stopped." And she's naked, so clearly at some point in the night, either they had sex or Marion just likes to sleep nude.
Nah,
Which,
he
you know,
woke
ain't
up.
nothing wrong with that.
She woke him up. She woke
Nothing
him up.
wrong with either one.
Yeah.
No, she woke him up.
She was like, "Hey, wake up. Wake up."
And to be fair, she probably didn't have to wake up. He probably woke up and said, "Wait a second, what did I do?"
I got other non-painful situations.
Yeah.
Can we pick back up where we left off?
We sure
Yeah.
can. We sure can.
But she basically, he goes to talk to Captain Katanga, and he's like, "Look, the Nazis are over there. They have a U-boat. You need to go hide. We'll also try to hide Marion. But before they can get to Marion and hide her, the Nazis get on the boat. They grab her. She is kidnapped yet again.
Third time's a charm, man.
Yeah.
Man. Indy manages to hide out in like the like a steam stack. Is that what that would be?
I'm not sure, yeah.
Yeah, but he's hiding out. The Nazis are like, we found. Oh, we also. This is the first time we see any kind of magic in the movie because the Ark is in that crate down in the cargo hold, and it has that Nazi stamp on it, and it burns the swastika off, and it kind of like hurts the rats. The rats are kind of writhing down in the ship.
Yeah.
Like
They're under its compulsion but can't get near it or something.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like it's just sending out some. It's sending out some bad juju.
It's getting rid of all the Nazis.
I love that it just burned away the Nazi symbol. It doesn't burn off anything else in that. It was like, hey, this is bad. Let me get rid of that. I don't want to be associated with that.
They changed it.
It's
from
like
its
covering up a bad
original.
tattoo. And basically, they're like, look, we found the girl. We can't find Jones. Keep looking for him. And Captain Katanga is like, Jones is dead. Killed him myself. I didn't really have any need for him. But her, she'll fetch a good price where we're heading. And the Nazi has the nerve to call this man a savage.
Right.
Oh.
Like, oh, so savage. It's Dietrich again.
Because he's...
Right. And it's like, sir, look in the mirror. That's the pot calling the kettle black.
Exactly.
But basically, they take the girl, they take the Ark. Renee is like, oh, she's coming with me. It's cool. I got her again.
He's like, I finally get her. She's somehow survived.
I call dibs. He puts his coat around her. They get off the boat, and as the Nazis are leaving in their U-boat, Captain Katanga is like, find Jones. We need to find him right now. Like, sir looked all over the ship, couldn't find him. We'll keep looking. And he goes, oh, wait, I found him. And Captain Katanga's like, where? Right there. And he's swimming and he's on the side of the U-boat.
The fastest swimmer. Like, he was...
He taught
booked
Michael
it.
Phelps.
Yeah.
And all the guys on Katanga's ship are cheering.
Right? It's like, be cool, my guys.
No,
You're going to bring attention.
You gotta let them know that the surprise attack is happening.
Well,
They're about to give it away.
No, exactly.
I
You
thought
gotta
they were
let them know.
submerged or mostly submerged.
All the Nazis were in
And
the
so
in
they
the
wouldn't
boat.
be able to hear anyway.
They wouldn't, but
Yeah.
theoretically they could see it
True.
through the scope.
That's true.
But it's just like Erica said. It's like, hey, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
They don't know I'm here.
It happens in movies all the time, though. It's like the good guys have to cheer. It's like, oh, he's doing it. It's like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Jill.
First of all, I'm out of breath. I've been swimming. I had a great night last night. Pump the brakes.
Yeah. So they're going to this little island to open the Ark.
Mm-hmm.
And when they get there, Indy's already inside, which is kind of funny. But he basically knocks out this Nazi officer, takes his clothes, but they're too small. Mm-hmm. And all you see is like him pull him behind these crates. And this guy walks up on him and he's basically telling him like, straighten yourself out. You look like a mess. And Indy's like pretending to be like, oh yeah, you're right. Combing his hair. And then he just punches the guy and takes his clothes.
He's a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Dietrich is walking around with Bellick as they're unloading the Ark. And he has that line of, do we really have to do this? I'm uncomfortable with this Jewish ritual. And Indy walks right past Bellick and shoulder checks him. He's like, dude, maintain your cover. They don't know you're there. You're going to fuck up.
Stop being so
To be fair,
extra.
he also had been awake for 3 days straight and then maybe got 6 hours of sleep.
That's
He did
enough.
finally get some sleep. That's true. And hopefully some food.
Let's say 6 hours.
Yeah. Hopefully a shower.
My homeboy got 2 hours.
Oh, all of that salt water in those wounds?
Oh, that heals faster, though.
I'll pass. I'll take the slow healing.
Like, if you go in the ocean with, like, little cuts and stuff like that, it'll heal.
That's not the salt water. It's just all the bacteria.
There's good and bad bacteria.
Yeah. So they are taking the Ark up the island, this like pathway, and it's Bella, Tote, Dietrich, a whole bunch of random no names, and Indy shows up on a mountaintop with a rocket launcher. Mm-hmm. And
They just randomly have a rocket launcher lying around.
of course, they're the military.
It is the Nazis.
Well, the Nazis, oh yeah, he's strapped.
Whatever you need.
Yep.
But it's great because he shows up on the ridge with the rocket launcher and he just says, "Hello."
Oh, okay.
And we also see when they're marching, we finally see Tote take his hat off. He's got such a bad haircut.
It's so bad.
He's got the horseshoe, but he's got really thick hair on the sides, with the top of it bald. So and this is great because Bellick's like, Jones, how many times do I have to kill you?
How many times do I have to kill you?
He's like, why won't you stay dead?
For real, because this is like the third time in this movie he's thought Jones has been killed or taken care of.
I'm like, dude, you got my woman. You got the girl I love.
Well, it's more like the Ark.
Yeah, he was more invested into the Ark.
He did say, release the girl or I blow up the Ark.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
But when they were like, do it, he was like, well, sorry, Marion.
Also, did y'all see the fly that like crawled across?
Yes!
Yep.
I was like, man, that actor's good. Because I would have been like,
Committed.
Pip.
Oh no, the moment I would feel the little legs.
Right?
It was like, new take.
He didn't even
Miss
break.
a beat.
Yeah.
That's my texture thing, is like light touches. Oh. Just the...
Well, Jones is basically like, look, let the girl go, or I'm going to blow up the Ark. Mm-hmm. And he's like, then your Fuhrer has no prize.
And then Bellick is just like, bet, do it.
Yeah.
I did like that about Bellick. But I was
Yeah.
like, well, if
Go
you're going
ahead.
to do it, go ahead,
He's
bro.
like, I'm going to call your bluff.
Yep.
He goes,
You know you want to see it.
yeah, you want to see it open just as much as I.
Right.
And he says, this line doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but it's kind of a good line. I like it. He goes, we're simply passing through history. This is history. He's like, do what you will. He's like, go ahead, blow it up. Send it back to God, I think he says.
That is a true thing to think about. We're just passing through.
Yeah, but that thing
this
is history. So Indy can't bring himself to blow up the Ark.
Of course.
Shocker, because he loves her.
He just can't do
Because
it.
he loves her.
The Ark? Yeah, he loves the Ark.
He's
No.
in love with it.
But it's great in this scene because Toad's just like taking a break on the rock and he's just laughing. He's like, he's not going to do it.
Or he was like, I'm hot.
He is in all black.
All black with a leather jacket on. We don't see him in anything but this wardrobe.
Nope.
He learned from
Marion's
Blade.
the only one that really has consistent outfit changes.
Oh, Indy too.
And her poor ass trudging through the sand in this long ass nightgown.
Yeah.
Hopefully they gave her some shoes.
Not
No.
Oh my god, her feet. Those dogs are barking.
Yeah.
But I love the fact that Belloc is like willing to shoot these Nazis. He grabs the gun. He's like, no, get back. Let him, if he wants to blow it up, we'll let him blow it up. Get away. And of course, can't do it. So they capture Indy again. And they tie him and Marion to a post on the opposite side of this little area where they're opening the Ark. Like they have this little platform altar thing built. They put the Ark there. Belloc is in a ceremonial robe now. They have all these cameras and shit, these lights, and he says a prayer, and they open it, and inside the Ark is nothing but sand. It's a bunch of dirt, and Toad starts laughing about it, and Belloc's kind of looking like, "Fuck, wasted all this time getting this thing. There's nothing even in it," and suddenly that storm cloud starts coming in again.
And then there's thunder in the box.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
like a little storm cloud in the box.
Yeah.
Yep. And then all this like mist starts coming out of it.
And wind.
And this is finally where we see some actual supernatural shit happen in this movie. Because other than when the swastika got burned off the box, there has been nothing supernatural. Indy just thought he was going after some artifact
Yeah.
that
without any.
had nothing but some stone tablets in it. But it's got the power of fucking God in this box. And it destroys all the electrical equipment. And Indy and Marion are tied to this post, and they're kind of just like, I can't really do anything.
He's like, Marion, don't look at it.
Don't look at it, Marion. Close your eyes. Whatever you hear.
No, I gotta.
But it starts shooting out electricity, and it kills like all the Nazis in the crowd. Zaps every single one of them. It blows up Renee's head. His head explodes.
This was the other scene where I was like, PG? This movie's rated PG?
Well, I'm sorry. Before the people start dying, ghosts come out of the fucking
ghosts
box.
Yes.
come out.
Literal ghosts come out of this thing, and that's they start off kind of gentle, and they turn kind of demonic.
Because
Or
Balak's just like, oh, it's so beautiful. And then you see like this womanly figure ghost, and then it turns into like this demonic face. And then that's when like fire comes out of the box and kills the Nazis.
And then that guy's face literally melts
And
off.
then faces start melting and heads exploding.
And I was like, PG? Huh.
PG. Well,
Parents are guided.
And
Parental guidance. I mean, what is it? Yeah.
yeah, but that's when he tells her, keep your eyes shut.
yeah, he's like, don't keep them shut. And then there's like this fire twister thing that shoots up into the sky.
So when the ghosts start
Ghosting?
turning, well, they're definitely ghosting. But when the ghosts like have that turn of like, oh, we're gonna hurt you, and the fire starts coming out of the box, all the lightning comes out, kills all the Nazis. It causes Dietrich's face to like vacuum implode on itself. Tote has the best one. His face literally just melts off.
PG.
PG. And Renee's head explodes.
Yes.
And after all this, the fire engulfs all the bodies. The lid to the Ark flies up into the air like a fire tornado.
Yep.
And it just comes right back down. All the bodies are gone. It cleaned up the mess. And it's sealed back up. And the flame also had surrounded Indy and Marion. And they're screaming like it's burning them. But when everything's said and done, they're totally fine.
Their clothes are still on.
Their clothes are, unfortunately. And
Somebody wants to see that dong.
these are two attractive people. But the ropes are burned off.
Yeah.
You're right.
And they're kind of like, holy shit.
Good conquers all.
You can't say, did you see that? But it cuts from there to Indy having a meeting with Brody.
Mm-hmm. In Hoopkins.
And Hootkins and the other gentleman who I had pulled up. Don Fellows was the other military guy. And they're like, look.
He looks like Christopher Plummer.
I can see it. But he's like, they basically have taken the Ark, and they're not telling Indy and Marcus where it is. And you're like, look, the Ark was supposed to come to the museum, but now we know that it has this unlimited power in it. It needs to be studied.
Who did they who told them that?
Who told what?
The government.
I imagine Indy.
Oh, see, Indy doesn't know how to keep a secret.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's a teacher, so he's got to tell people.
Oh, okay.
Unless it's him killing people, he keeps that to himself.
Yeah, he was like, I murdered no one.
I'm innocent.
I tell you what, all those people in this class, they all be right, and I love you.
But they're like, look, we've taken the Ark, it's being studied, and they're like, by who? He's like, top men. They're looking at it, it's fine. The college is going to be compensated for it, of course. Don't worry about it. He goes, yeah, but who is looking at it? And Hootkins has this great delivery of top men.
He's like, mind your business. This is above your pay grade, sir.
Right.
The people that we try to steal from.
So Indy's basically like, man, these guys don't know what the hell they're talking about. They're bureaucratic morons. Mm-hmm. And he meets up with Marion outside of what looks like a courthouse, to be honest. Mm-hmm. And she goes, well, come on, Jones. I'll go buy you a drink.
She shouldn't be drinking.
She should not be drinking.
She needs some water at this point.
Right. And they leave together.
She's probably going to drink Busch Light. That's water. It's my water.
But they leave together. The last shot of the film is someone closing the Ark up inside of a box.
The oldest man.
Ancient. And he nails this box shut, and it's got a label on it. It says, I think it says like property of the U.S. government or some shit. Mm-hmm. And he just wheels it back into this warehouse. And the warehouse is just a big matte painting.
Fragile.
Yeah, Fragile. And it's beautiful painting. It's huge. This warehouse goes on for a mile. Mm-hmm. And he just wheels it in there and turns a corner, and the Ark is gone. Lost in these boxes. Mm-hmm. And that's how our movie ends. That was our movie.
Mm-hmm. That was a movie.
So wild. I was very worried when I first started watching it because like at the beginning with the mountain, I was like, oh gosh, did they not revamp this? And I was like, this is gonna be. I was like, this is gonna be.
It's like it's gonna be rough.
This is gonna be real. But no, it was all. They got it right.
Oh yeah. So Corey, I'm gonna let you go last on this.
Oh, not a problem. Since
you picked this movie, but Etta, what did you think about this? Would you have regretted seeing this in the theater?
No, I wouldn't have.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, my favorite movie, I think, is the second one. I didn't really remember this one, but yeah, no, it was good. I mean, I watched it twice within the past couple days, so.
And you were like, oh, yeah, good.
I was like, this was good. Still holds up.
Nice.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I also wouldn't have regretted seeing this in the theaters. Even though I've seen it every year with you for the last almost decade, I blacked it out. Oh, there are moments. There are moments in this movie I was like, oh, that happens.
Blacked it out.
Yeah, I was like, oh god,
there were Nazis.
Yeah, I was so confused. I was like, I have seen this movie. I know I have, but I don't know. I liked it. You know, 3 is my number. Like the whole time, I was like, oh yeah, no, 3 is really the better movie.
I can't wait to watch it.
Oh, 3 is so good. But I liked it. Yeah.
Yeah. I regret not seeing this in the theater. Granted, it came out before I was born.
Yeah, I was like, when were you going to see it?
If this ever came to the movie theater, I would definitely go watch it, just so I could say I saw it in the theater. I love this movie, and after watching it now, I will say 3 is definitely my favorite one. Just teaming up Harrison Ford with Sean Connery is such a good combo in 3.
That's the third one?
Yeah. But the characters in this movie are good. The villains aren't overused. The comedy is just right in those little moments. I love this movie. It's so fucking great. Corey, what'd you think?
I loved it. I'm gonna rewatch it. A third time so I can really get some details that y'all have bestowed upon me. But I wish I was born earlier so I could have seen this in theaters. Especially like with the PG rating and so much stuff is let through.
that guy gets shot in the fucking face and it's just pouring blood. PG.
Hey, man, guess what? We all made it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was good. Like you said, not a lot of things were overused. The humor aspect, which as it showed in the only one I've seen, which was the most recent, is terrible. It's just like, this was like, in my opinion, how movies used to be made and why movies that used to be, or back before I was born, are so much more iconic in some aspects.
I think it helps that this is for me, for an example, I have a lot of nostalgia with this movie. Like, I watched this movie when I was a kid, and a lot of movies today just don't meet like the level of how much this movie, like, or how much love I have for this film, and how I don't think there's a lot of stuff wrong with it,
Right.
per se. Like I said earlier, my biggest complaint is the screaming skeletons, which doesn't make a whole lot of fucking sense. But yeah, no, it's
Their souls
Great
were
movie.
escaping.
yeah. They opened that jar and
Yeah.
their souls got out.
Their souls.
So 81 was the year our movie came out. How much would it have cost us to see this in the theater in 1981?
$3.25.
$5.
$4.86.
Ooh, Corey was the closest. You all went over.
Damn.
It was $2.81.
Nice.
God damn.
Dang.
281.
280. Wow.
Y'all couldn't get me out the theater for
Almost.
$2.81.
All right, so our next movie in 2 weeks is something I had never heard of before Jeremy told me about it, but it's a movie called Hoodlum.
Oh gosh.
It's like a 1920s mob movie.
Oh, I'm here for it.
Yeah, I think it came out in the late 90s.
Oh, mob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I hope everyone enjoyed our conversation on Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. We've been getting to the theater. I'm Adam.
I'm Erica.
I'm Etta.
Nah, I'm Corey.
We'll see you guys next time.